it's not. So,
Tighten it.
hold on, let me get this.
Just
Public.
retarded. That's sideways too.
Uh,
There's good. Stop. Stop. That's good.
ooh, all right, we gooch. Hold on, let me start this
But
right
look,
here.
look, look. It's moving.
Huh?
Nah, I got I have the phone on a stand, but it keeps on this part right here. You need to tighten it.
Okay, okay, okay.
There, there you go. Yes, sir. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
we live on. Hold on, edit. Hold on, let me get this thing going. For some reason, this damn
the screen got smaller, right?
yeah. Hold on, let me do some sixes.
I saw
Uh,
you could do like presentations with this thing. You could do a bunch of stuff.
you could do a lot of stuff with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's dope, man. Too
Boom,
bad
boom, boom,
I've been
boom.
busy lately, sick and all of that shit. But now, got to get back to the money.
Yes, sir.
Live. Come on, come on. Why this Instagram thing not going live now? Connect stream software. Yeah, live. We good. We straight.
Good.
Yeah, we straight, bro.
All right, let's do it.
Straight. Let me fix up this damn background. Why am I thing looking like this now?
Oh man, hold up. There you go.
You good? But yeah,
Yep.
man. So what's new? What's new with Palacio Bully Cam, bro?
The both. Oh, there you go. The screens had changed again. Everything's good, brother. Everything's good. We're actually very busy right now. It's one of the probably busiest we've been in a while. Lucky enough, we've been able to, do multiple matchups and confirm all of them. So we have father and son with productions on the ground. We have Ocean's Blue and Tyson. Then we have a boy that we've been keeping not hidden, but just waiting for his moment. Mr. Murley. He's a level son. I know a lot of people are not huge on Murleys, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that. We did a real good production on this one. Very clean bloodline, and he's real tight skin, no bulldoggy look. He's real nice, bro. And I'm not just saying it because I have him. I just think he's a good candidate for what I want to do with that. And I'm not gonna do too crazy into the murals, but
Mm.
just testing the waters, touching it here and there. And then now pretty soon we're gonna be doing some outcrosses that we had talked about before.
Yeah,
But we're gonna be doing some outcrosses and stuff like that too. So a matter of time, just slowly but sure get there as well throughout the year.
but back it up a little bit. Go back to the murals.
Yeah.
How much you had on that little?
Man, so I thought I wasn't gonna get any because that's happened before. When I used to breed Frenchies, I've done Merles on blues, and I used to get nothing. So this time we got two females, two blue females, beautiful, beautiful blue Merle females. They show me so I can show them real quick. Pass
Yeah,
me
yeah,
'em?
yeah. Let
Bro,
me see.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Super blessed to have these girls. Gotten a lot of inquiries. Some people, I
Hold
guess,
on. You
don't
only
know
got
the
how many girls? How much you got? Of a little?
two girls.
Two girls? Oh, damn. No, man. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on,
So-
hold on.
oh,
Hold on. Put them back in the screen. Yes, sir. Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
here. You hold them for me, babe. They wiggle too much. Put them right here on the screen for me. There you go.
Yeah, real nice, man. Real nice, real
The
nice.
other
Real.
thing,
How old are they?
these are about a week old.
A week old? Okay,
Yeah, about a
okay.
week old. There was two blue moon tries. We had it was four girls in total. We have two blue tri girls and then one blue tri male. Super happy with it because, like I said, I've done it before where you get nothing.
Nothing.
And the crazy part, as you do Merles and you start learning about it, I didn't think I was gonna get on as far as patterns. Mr. Murley has some on the face. He has some on the back leg. He doesn't have a full bodysuit. These have a full bodysuit. So it's kind of like tells me that expect the unexpected. He also has litter mates that wear chocolate and lilac. So
Okay.
I also know if I throw these females to any color, I'll be able to get some nice color. But my focus is not so much to fill it up with color, it's kind of to grab the color and keep it clean and tighten it up with my blood. So right now with this mixture, we're already 75% in with our blood. The other 25% is with the other blood.
Or the blood. Okay, 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 okay. Well, yeah, you've been putting in the work, man. But but you only had two,
Two
so
females, yeah.
it's gonna be a hard decision if you're gonna let go any of that.
So right away off the bat, I want to keep it, just because I'm a true believer in creating like generations. So not only that, but it's new to me. So I know they're gonna be beautiful, but I don't want to rush through it and try to get rid of them at 8 weeks and stuff like that. So there's been a few people that have asked about them. So I've priced them really high, and I think they're worth a lot. So, and I think they know that too. But I'm not in a rush to really get rid of them. If somebody wants to grab one, they have to pay for it. But at the same time, I really want to keep them because I could just throw those two girls to one to Ocean's Blue, one to Apex, like that, and then we're rolling. We'll have more generations
Generations.
filled. So
Yeah,
that's
right
very
off the bat,
important.
more generation right off the
Yeah,
bat.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So you just tie that if you could, yeah, because if you do both of you, just gonna tie that in your yard, like,
Yes.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay,
because you can't breed Merle to Merle.
yeah.
So really I gotta go take those girls to like a solid blue try. And that's what I would do because I think if I go lilac or chocolate, it's gonna get even more bulldoggy. So I try to stay with the colors I know that are more tighter, more genetically showing like less features of the bulldog.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, but you don't only got one litter on the ground. You got what? How many litters you got? You got two,
No, so
right?
I got Tyson in China. We got some blue tries and some what they call sable tries.
Yeah.
If you want to bring two of those just real quick. And then we also have Mr. Murley and Blue Dream.
Oh, three.
And then yeah, three. And then we have Ocean's Blue and Princess.
Okay.
We also had Apex and Tsunami, but it was a singleton. It was one male. And then now we bred Ocean's Blue confirmed to Madonna, which is a lilac try. Put them on the screen.
Okay.
These are off of Tyson in China.
Hold on. That one right there. That's a male.
This one is, babe. Those are male or females? Those are boys. Both of them are
Right.
boys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
One.
that one is two sable tries and one blue try. Yeah, they throw that color a lot because of Tragic. Tragic is that same color. He's the grandpa in the bloodline. So whenever I double up, you always get that color. Always, always, always. Yeah.
Okay. 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 That's what's up. So, well, yeah, you plan to keep something off of that one? Cause yeah.
Definitely. I want a stud. I want a boy. I already have one Tyson son out in Colorado that I co-own, but I want one here under my roof. I already have an Apex son, but I want another one, so I'm probably gonna keep that one too for now. And then females always try to keep a female around. Um, and then for the future ones too, so I gotta make space. So
Yeah.
that's the battle. Is the battle is keep it or keep some space for the next litters that are coming up.
Quick question, Opalasa. How do you make up your mind which dog go when you plan to keep some? Like, how do you make your mind up on that?
When they're puppies?
Nah, like, cause you gotta,
Oh, when they're older. When they're older.
yeah, like which
Yeah,
one?
that's a
How do
hard
you
one,
make
man.
that?
That's a hard choice always. Like right now, I'm battling. I usually keep two sisters of everything, so I'm battling right now either keeping Golden Ivy and Black Widow or selling one of them.
Mm,
But in my opinion, I already raised them, so why would I sell it to somebody else for them to breed when I could, when I already did all the work and
yeah,
she's about to go. So it's always a real hard choice, especially when we keep them around this long. That's what I think that's my weakness that I just suck at making like those type of choices.
yeah,
I have two Sicaria daughters with Apex as well too that I kept. I'm probably gonna co-own one with somebody. But I try to keep them around as long as possible just to look at them and see which one I want the most or which one I like the attitude the most, which one's easiest to work with, stuff like that. Which one my kids like more, my wife, stuff like that, and then go along with it. Usually it's a pretty even like look, but attitudes and the way they act is very important for me.
that's what I was gonna ask you because your looks like your foundation look at your dogs. They're like
Yeah, yeah.
consistent. That's why I'm asking like how do you like hey I think I'm gonna win put this one out to win this one in like
Right, right.
So that's why I asked you that question because
So be honest, I usually let my wife pick all my litters, but since I want to choose two, we always keep two around. And then
um,
she chooses one, I choose one, and then either we'll keep both of them, or at that point the one that fits the like you said, the look, then that's the one we'll keep, and we'll let the other one, because the other one can still create the look, but it's easier to already have the dog that already has the look,
has the look.
that's that signature look, but
Okay.
definitely that's a hard choice, man, especially when you have to pay for these dogs if you didn't produce them, and you have them right there, and you're like, man, I could
Yeah,
just keep another one, I could just keep another one, but
yeah,
that's the
because
harder.
it's very important. Like I always like every breeder tells you like it's always important to keep a dog off the litter that you do. Does never get rid of it.
Yeah,
You know. But if you do like three, four, five breedings a year, like how you keep a dog each litter, like make
that's
you
the
make
part that's hard.
you
Yeah,
know. It's
like right now, for example, we just started putting in rotation something that a lot of people say you should do automatically, but I think it's not good to do in the beginning when you're starting. It's kind of better to do when you're already established, which is the mentality of, hey, I bred the female once or twice. Now let me just find her a good home and I keep the daughter, or, and stuff like that, right? So now is when we're starting to do that. In the beginning, we didn't do that. So we still have dogs from our first generations, but now we're going to start doing that. So for example, right now we just found two homes for females that could still be bred again and again, but I feel like I'm already good and I need space. So I already grab some generations off of them. They're still healthy where they could go to a beautiful home, make a family happy, and still be healthy. Because some people rehome dogs for when they're like 6 years old, 7 years old. So I think that's kind of like
too late.
messed up for the dog emotionally, and then also kind of messed up for the family that gets it, because they're gonna have a lot of responsibilities at that age. So I
Mhm.
feel like it's better to do like around the two, threes, four. Four is fine.
You know,
Uh,
I still have my first dog here, right? Like I really don't have the space for her right now.
yeah.
I just like I just leave it because every time I think I talk to my wife like get rid of this dog, I'm like I can't. Like I'm saying to get rid of it, then I'm like yeah, somebody's supposed to pick it up, and then I'll be calling them like yo, I'm not gonna be home. Although I'm home, don't come. You
Right.
know?
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm the
I
same
have
way.
her here. Like I'll get rid of any other dog, but that dog like she just really taking up space. But we love her. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just can't see
Like
myself.
like like I have one girl that I know I could get rid of, and I've already finished with her. She's been retired for like a year and a half, super young. But when it rains, she gets real anxious.
Mm,
So with the Thunder, so I know that if I leave her with somebody else, they might slip and not take care of her correctly throughout those moments. And I don't know,
yeah,
we're afraid, So we'll just keep her around for a little longer and just keep her there until the perfect situation. Because I believe in putting them in places like where there's family oriented,
yeah.
husband and a wife, where they're on their feet, they have a household, stuff like that. So I try to look not just for the first situation, but the best situation.
That situation makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I believe in that. You know what I mean? Because we owe these dogs a lot, and we just got to make sure they go into the proper homes. If we do decide to let them go, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A lot of people just give away the dog on the first person that pop up and like even throw them a few dollars, like, and then the dog.
That's another thing too, that when I rehome dogs, most people want to make some money off that, right? So
Mm-mm.
I have a big thing that I'm like, bro, if I'm the one looking for a home for the dog and I want it to be done in a timely manner, when you go up to somebody and say, hey, would you like this dog? They're not expecting for you to charge them. So,
Charge them, yeah.
and that money that they're going to invest in you, they could invest it into that dog once
Mm.
he gets there. So I feel like it's better not to charge them. It's like, hey, just take it, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. But as we could go back to this too, like they're dogs at the end of the day as well. Like, how do you like? Because a lot of people will look at it like they want a dog from their like a puppy. Like, how do you like sell that to them? Like, hey, this dog is safe. He ain't gonna do nothing, and is this is the best dog for you? Like, how do you put that across?
The puppy they're looking at, or the breed,
Not the
or the
puppy,
breed. It's
the dog that you're rehoming.
Oh, got you.
It's
Yeah.
a grown dog,
Um,
you know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
dog, that's
I think we do a good job of showing in the videos like our dogs interacting with my kids in the household, you know, how clean it is. And I think people see how responsible I am too. So I think that when I'm gonna rehome a dog, I give them all that information already, regardless. Like I'll tell them like, hey, look, this dog is this type of dog. She's super chill. And me knowing what type of dog it is, like for example, if I know that the family I'm gonna rehome the dog with is like an older lady, I'm not gonna give her a hyper dog because I already know that that's is gonna bust the mission. And it's so I'm kind of like doing the homework for them without them asking. I'm
mm,
only sending out a dog that I know is a great candidate to be with other dogs and with other people and other kids, and that all comes from when you're growing raising them. That first generation that I was talking about was babied so much that
mhm,
they won't do good if I put them anywhere else. But
okay,
this the after I did the second generation, third generation, and fourth generation, the more generations I've had, the more I've exposed them to
mhm,
like people and noises and music and all types of stuff. So now I'm very comfortable that no matter which dog goes out, they're always gonna be good. They're never, you know, aggressive. They're very chill. So it's like I'm doing all the work for them.
okay, makes sense. So, but quick question though. After these litters, what you have coming up after that? Like, what you have coming up after that? Cause you know you say you're supposed to go do the outcrosses. I know you have them outcrosses coming up. Like,
Yeah.
who's first? If
Yeah,
you
yeah. So I'm thinking Khalifa just gave birth, but she gave birth to this was like about I would say like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So she should be coming in heat again in the next 2 months. I was thinking about outcrossing her. You want me to name the studs or keep it a secret?
if you that's up to you. That's up to you. That's up to you.
um I don't mind saying the names. I don't mind saying the name. I'll say the names I have in mind. So I wanted to do an outcross with Khalifa to Bingo. That's the one that I had told you about.
Makes sense.
The type of dog that I'm looking for, I'm not looking for all my dogs. I'm never looking for something I'm trying to match the look. That's basically what I'm trying to do every time. I'm not trying to do something where it's too different because then I'm gonna get something too different. I think he's a great dog that matches the profile of my dogs, and he brings to the table not too much extreme, but a good amount of weight on him, and
Yeah,
also a nice headpiece. A nice headpiece.
big head piece. So you got a
Yeah,
huge.
big old headpiece. Yeah, I've liked him for a while, and then the owner does a great job. Shout out Apple Bullies. He does a great job promoting and going out to the shows and working his ass off. So that also makes me comfortable that when I'm gonna match him up with a great girl like Khalifa, that it's gonna have a great results for promotions. When I put my promo together with his promo, is gonna be real good. The other dog that I'm trying to bring into the camp that I've already tried a few times, but I've had no luck. I done three breedings, brother, and nothing. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again. Shout out to Tone, Tone with
Yeah,
Kill Shot.
give it a shot.
He I've tried already 3 times and nothing. Somebody's asking me why do you want to bring Killshot into your program? And again, it goes back to the same thing. I think he's a great dog that kind of looks similar to some of my dogs in a way. It's a great outcross, and he does a great job with what he does and what he stands for. So it matches kind of similar to what we stand for. And so I get it's a great vibe, great match. And I'm trying to bring him into it. I almost pulled the trigger on the other dog that you brought up to me the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of him right now. Oh, the General. I
General,
was
yeah.
gonna use him. Beautiful dog. I just don't have the girl right now that I want to match up, so I just moved on. But I also want to have another use of R2 G2 that I'm gonna do, which I'm gonna be doing as well. I've tried 2 times to the same female, no confirmation, so I'm gonna try again one more time. This time I'm doing surgicals on everybody. Everybody's getting surgicals just to make sure to make the chances a little bit higher. So we're going to be doing surgical breedings on everybody just to make sure. And then there's one more other boy that I want to use. He's overseas. He's off of the SBK blood. But I'm waiting to see if the guy sends me some updated videos. I forgot his name right now. It's like one of those Colombian bloods from overseas,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like the dog. He reminds me a little bit of like the bus from the bully market,
Yeah.
like that type of look. So I'm looking for something like that, real clean. real smooth, not overdone. I'm gonna have some girls projected for line breedings, and then some girls are gonna go on the mission for outcrosses.
That crosses.
So I
Okay,
have both parties.
makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you're building. You're working, man. You
yeah,
work.
man. I wish I could use other studs. It's just they either are overseas, which makes me a little bit like, eh. And then also some studs are just prices. Their prices are just too high with not enough like work behind them.
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
Like
what's a hike for you? What's a price hike for you that you would not definitely? Because some people don't care about the prices, like they gonna spend the money
I
to come.
do.
But
I do.
what
I would say like max I would waste on a stud is like
yeah,
3K.
wasting. You mean
I mean
wasting?
investing.
All right, okay,
Oh,
big time.
I say waste because I haven't confirmed none of these out there outcrosses.
Oh, okay, okay, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense.
So investing would be I would say like 3K, 3.5. But
Okay,
with a stud that's proven, a stud that you could see the motion. But there's some studs that I've never even heard of or seen anything from them, or you ask them for productions, they don't have anything.
I think.
And just because they believe in it so much, which I get it, and I
Hmm.
know they're dope, they look amazing, but 3.5 is like, like I don't even know if the semen were, I don't know. So it's a little bit iffy sometimes.
Yeah,
But what I'm doing now is all of these outcrosses will fund those type of matchups in the future. So
yeah.
right now I'm going with these. When these go good and I get everything done that I need, then I'll go big on a few of them for the next, for the future. And I think there's gonna be a big wave of studs coming out now too as well. That are gonna start popping up everywhere. So
We said that last year, and we didn't see much though, Palacio.
I did it. We did it. We didn't. But I think this year I've been seeing a few like here and there, here and there. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's the hard part about outcrossing. That I've spent hours
Yeah.
searching, and I don't see nothing
But
like
that's like a late night thing for you. Like you go on the computer and just start going through profiles.
all day, brother. All day I'd be there just searching. I'll post it on Facebook too. Like anybody got studs. But
That's
I'll find a few that are hidden that nobody even promotes, and I'm like, oh, I like those.
that's a hippie one. I see people do that sometimes, man. It's just something that I can't like get my head around because I did it one time, man. The month that stud they sent me, I was just like scratching my head, like, yo, what the heck? You know what I mean? It make no sense. Stuff they send to me because I post like even a a referral picture, like, yo, I'm looking for something like this. What you have out there?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You're saying the dogs that they list at the bottom. Yeah, totally
Right.
different. Yeah,
Totally
yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah. I think just some people don't understand that like what's top, and then just some people just want to get their stud going. They just want to see,
Yeah. Yes,
I get it.
I understand, but
Like
it,
for example, the mountain has a lot of productions, and I would love to do it, but based off my experience right now, missing all these breedings, I wouldn't throw down on a stud that expensive just because I missed them. But if I would have hit all those breedings, I would have done that in a heartbeat. I would
yeah,
have invested, 3, 5, 4K.
I see in Mountain did with Jay-Z Bullies. Yo, you know what I'm talking about? That male and that female. Oh, shit, man.
Thick, bro.
Yo, off the hook, like really off the hook kind of production, and I'm like, yo, this.
Sometimes they start off like real thick to where they look a little weird, but as they start stretching, you can
Hmm.
notice the nice shape and the nice structure, and
Yep, and I
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
damn. I'm very like it's just like I would breed to the mountain, but I would have to have like a dog like with Gaines Bully over there, like Rosa Parks, that big 95-pound female. Like I would have to have a dog like because I want bigger dogs, standard dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's
Bro,
so
I saw a standard dog the other day. I wrote to the guy, but I don't think he answered back. Maybe he did, but it's one of the co-owners is actually Alex Ferraro. I don't know that I forgot the dog's name right now. It's
Skywalker.
I think so. It's like
Skywalker. I know
a
his name.
sable tri. It's like a sable tri.
Yes, that's Skywalker.
Beautiful fucking dog. Beautiful dog, bro.
That's a Samson's son.
Beautiful dog, bro. I knew it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Beautiful dog.
he's right up here from me, but I think not it's not Alex, it's Devin. Devin, that
So
this guy.
what do you think? I've never done it before, but what do you think about a dog like that going to, let's say, like a 14-inch female, 60 pounds, 65 pounds?
Hey, I think his mom is an inbred. His mom's
Oh
a
yeah,
yeah. You're gonna produce some big dogs of that.
because he has a beautiful walk, bro. I love his walk. I love
Beautiful,
the
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I,
I'm gonna say this. I would just have to see it. I don't wanna. I don't wanna even say he's gonna do this or he's not gonna do that. I would just have to see the breeding. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
You think about it. I'm looking at that dog, right? And I'm wondering why that dog not having breedings like back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing him like people going after the dog. I don't understand why. Because the dog
It's
is just
I don't know.
next to perfect.
It makes me want to breed that size of dog just by looking at
Yeah,
him.
yeah. You know what I mean? And
I like him.
the most thing about it though, I was supposed
What's
to get
that?
rid after that dog when he was like at 1500. I reached out. I reached out to you. I was like, yo, when he was like a puppy, he was like, and he hit me with that 1500. I'm like, and I went to go lock and kill shot, and I'm like, fuck. And my mind was like, I did a quick U-turn, man. I was like, nah, kill shot is like small, too small for what I want. You know what I mean? I want a bigger dog. And I was like, damn, that's why I never used that. Not saying I like kill shot,
Yeah,
but I want to get bigger dogs.
bigger, bigger.
Even
Yeah, yeah,
though the breed too, I was like, nah.
yeah. Skywalker's nice, bro. I saw him and I was like, damn, I like that boy, especially that walk.
But
That I think when you start looking at dogs at
that's
that
me.
size, they
Yeah,
have better movement and better angulation.
yeah.
For sure, all day.
I don't. Cristiano on that dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, pretty cool guy. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's a badass dog for real,
Beautiful
badass.
dog.
But yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. He probably could do something for you. You know what I mean. Just put him to the right female. You
If
would
I
have
put them
to
to tragedy, they're
real
if
tight
I put them to tragedy, they're the same color. And
though.
Tragedy's dad is 95 pounds, so
Well,
it'll
tight.
produce.
How tight she is though.
Oh, she's not that tight.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have to breed it to a tight bred female to keep your size. You know what I mean. You're probably gonna have one
Shorter.
that pop out, but you need
I
a
mean, if I could get something like him, I wouldn't mind getting the big.
hey. Well, you know what I mean. There you go. You know
Fuck
what
it.
I'm saying. There you go. You know.
Standards on the way now.
You know what I mean. But I think
It's a
that would be
beautiful dog, bro. That's a beautiful
very,
dog.
very beautiful, very beautiful. And if you look at that dog, is if you look at that dog, he's just a bigger version of his grandpa. You know what I mean? Which his grandpa died. What's the name again, man? Grandpa died. If you like, and he never showed that dog. Damn, what's the name again? Grandpa just died. Fell out a jump. Fell off a no. A dog jumped up on his back and messed him up, and you know what I mean. They had to put him.
So he
Yeah,
messed up his spine.
yeah, and they couldn't walk and all of that, and they had to
I
put him.
always tell everybody that, man. Don't mess with them ropes. Don't mess with them.
No, it's a dog. Another dog that was feeding, and I guess the other dog was trying to get the food
Oh,
up on
gotcha.
his back, and he just messed him up. The next day, he was not moving right, and eventually, he was not walking, and he had to put him down.
I've seen that happen 100 times, brother, where they jump on their backs. They're brutal. You got to
Hmm.
keep them separate sometimes.
Yeah, but is Dune. His name is Dune.
Oh, never seen him. Never seen him.
Like he never showed the dog. He said he had a kink in his tail. It just though the coat was growing on the tail.
Yeah,
The dog never had a kink tail. It was just how the hair was growing on it. And he's a judge, so he was kind of skeptical about it, and he just never showed the dog. That dog could have been grand champion, all kind. That
easily.
was like easily. You know what I mean? That dog is the exact version of that dog, but that's bigger.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
bigger. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I like, that type of look, just smaller, a little bit smaller, not too much,
Yeah,
but a little bit.
but
But
nah.
yeah, man. And what do you think about what do you think about, because obviously it's always been around. And I've been tempted the same way I'm tempted to taste a little bit of that standard, the same way I'm trying a little bit of that Merle. What do you think about like the new micros that you see out here? There's a little bit of, they kind of look a little bit cleaner lately. They look a little bit more. There's still the micros that look like disasters, but there is a few that look real nice.
I'm gonna give that to them. They're doing way better.
Yeah,
They're way better than 3 years ago, 4 years. Way better when I, you know what I mean. When I started breeding, they're way better now. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons I was moving towards the bigger dog because I just think that too much people was doing the micros, and it was not. There was a lot there to breed to, but not. What I would say it was just too much flaws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I didn't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I didn't want to get into that as a new program coming in and then breeding the same thing that people breed because you know what I mean. It was a that's a lot of people was doing it. You know, not a lot of people was people still doing like a lot of people doing it, but there was a lot of work to be done for the dogs to get a little bit cleaner. Now, yeah, like there you can find some real nice micro out there, like real nice. Like 'cause if you think about it, like how many clean micro was out there 3 years ago? Probably like four or
not
five.
that,
Like you could really put hands on.
not that many. Yeah,
Not that many, you know what I mean? So they're doing a lot of work and they you know what I mean they're making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
brother.
but
I have a girl named Drama Girl.
mhm,
I've never have a dog so perfect. Dog. This dog is looks like a sculpture.
mhm.
Super small girl. She's already like almost 9 months, 10 months old. She's probably like 10 inches, 11 inches tall, but just gorgeous. Runs perfect. Everything just. So I've been thinking about using her like to kind of create like that next beautiful. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of been a little tempted.
A little bit more
But
recent.
yeah, but I could just throw her to a small pocket and do some great productions. But I've been a little tempted. I've been a little tempted
But what
to.
small pocket you would think though?
I mean, like small pockets, like for example, Tyson, they can't go together because they'll be a little bit too tight.
The
I
type.
mean, actually, a Tyson daughter, so I wouldn't throw her to him.
Yeah.
But something like that small, like real nice, clean, muscled up, beastie. So I got to do some research. But most likely she'll probably do her first breeding in house. But I do want to do a little bit of that next year, maybe next year, and start popping out some like little. Because I get a lot of people asking me all the time,
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, do you got micros?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't got micros." So they want the same look, just a little bit smaller.
Smaller. Yeah.
But the reason I'm afraid about it is because when I used to do exotics, we're talking about like ABR dogs and stuff like that. My experience with it was the shorter you go, the more health problems.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to test the waters. But yeah, it's just a thought, out
It's
there.
different. It's different now though. You know what I'm saying? It's different now. I think you got a lot of healthier dogs now that you can mess with to create what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just back then it was just kind of iffy. You know what I mean? Like you don't really want. You didn't really want to take the chance. You know what I'm saying? It was just too
yeah.
much going on. You know what I mean? Too much. And those dogs like they they had like a that anxiety level was real high too. Like, you know what I mean? I think that was the same thing that why we can't even get dogs on planes no more like that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it was because of
yeah,
them dying on the planes, all kind of crap. You know what I mean? But the dogs are they're way better now. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even question it no more. I can't talk bad on it. Like you know what I'm saying? It's getting better.
yeah, yeah,
Are they 100% there yet? No, I don't think they will ever get 100%. But the dogs are way better now. You know what I mean?
for sure, for sure.
I seen you. I see you did. You had two dogs that took a flight the other day.
Oh yeah, to Colombia. We sent out a homicide daughter off of Blue Ivy, and we sent out Apex and Temper daughter as well too. This is already the fourth one he gets. He already had two prior. He has Apex and sorry, Ocean's Blue and Zora's son. I had him a little bit here. His name was Pac-Man.
Hmm.
And he saw him at 9 months, 10 months. He said, "Brother, I need that dog." And then I sold him another female too. Real good guy out there, real nice guy. He actually breeds, not breeds, he shows Paso Fino horses, the horses that do those nice dancing.
Yeah.
And he has a champion horse out there, and he lives out in the mountains and stuff. So super cool guy, super humble, amazing guy, and nice family. So he's invested in. That's my bloodline right there. The Colombian side was always a dream to get my productions out there. So super
Okay.
cool to get him out there.
That's what's up. Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
that. I
man.
reposted that on my thing. I was like, yo, that was a good look. You know what I mean? That
Yes,
was,
sir. Yeah,
so
man. We got one sent out to Russia. We also have another one that's gonna be sent out pretty soon. So we're doing good, man. It's pretty amazing to have the support all over the world.
So, quick question. So, when people say the bully community, the bully game is dead, what you have to
Um,
say?
I I don't think it's dead. I just think it's I think I said this like to other people too, my friends, and I don't think it's dead. I just think it's so competitive. And it's so much like before a customer had maybe 20 camps to look at. Now he has 300, you know? So it's literally who could do the best uh promotions of themselves, who could do the better delivery, who could customer service, like all together. And I think that it takes uh years to kind of get the whole full circle going. So some people will tap out, so every year you're gonna get like a big wave of, and you might feel like it's a little crowded, but you're always gonna get like a big crowd of like 20, 30 breeders. Everybody's real motivated, and then they kind of disappear. And
Right.
then the next year again. So you kind of just gotta forget about everybody else and just try to grow a little bit every month,
Mm-hmm.
and then by the time you know it, boom, you're 3 years in, everything's rolling, and then now you have everything that's missing that you didn't have in the beginning, which was the productions, the experience, and all those things. So it's not that I thought about this the other day. I feel like the big percentage when I came into the buddy game, the OGs, there was a higher percentage of OGs and a lower percentage of rookies, of people that just started.
Mm-hmm.
So the influence was coming from the OGs. So what you would hear about online and everything was through the eyes of the OGs. So it was a little bit more traditional. It was a little bit more factual because there's people that are actually breeding, people that are actually doing these things. Now I feel like it's kind of gone like this, where there's a bigger percentage of starters and there's a lower percentage of people that have been doing it for a long time. So what you're running into as far as kind of like news or content or what you just mentioned, those phrases, oh, the bully game is doing bad, that's coming from that big percentage of people that just started. So you're going to hear about it more
Mm-hmm.
because that's the message that's being put out. So the same thing about why is there so much madness, so much drama? There's a bigger percentage of people that just started. Why is there so much? Because there's a bigger percentage. So I feel like that's why it's different right now, because the influence is bigger from the beginners versus the OGs. And I think that's the same reason why how some people say that the bully game is the dogs look is kind of crashing out a little bit. And it's because the biggest influence right now is beginners. So
Mm-hmm.
if you close the door to the beginners that are soon going to be educated enough to change what they're doing, you can't close the door. So, all the registries and everything, they got to give opportunity to everybody. But what you're going to see a lot of is people jumping on with a lot of confidence, but giving out information that's not really there. Like somebody saying, "Oh, the game is real bad right now." That's coming from a person that just started. But you
Mm-hmm.
don't hear that. You don't hear that from somebody who's been doing it for a while.
A while. Yeah, yeah,
So you're going to hear it more often because you got a higher percentage of beginners right now that are in the game, which is normal. You should feel that way in the beginning. It shouldn't be easy. It shouldn't be you shouldn't be able just to do a litter and sell out right away. You need to put in some work. So that's all it is, putting in work. And you got to figure that out throughout the years. And if you got somebody good in your corner, they're gonna tell you that, hey, bro, is or in any business, they have that 3-year rule, or where you have to the first 3 years. So same thing, just it's more competitive, but you just got to get your shit together. I say that back then you could get away with being simple, but now you got to get come with a real good presentation.
makes
You
sense.
know what I
Makes
mean?
makes sense. But so, question, since we're on that topic,
Yeah.
if a new breeder come to you right now, like, hey, Palacio, how could I start out in the bully community? Like, how what you want, like, from your first dog to actually how to promote that dog? Like, if you got to give him a book layout, like, how you go about that? You tell him.
So usually I feel like the main thing is for that person when they ask me that question is I let them know what I do. I let them know how I approach it, how I approach what I do, so they can understand what they're looking at on my page. Because I feel like that's the reason they're asking me, because they're getting influenced or they're getting inspired or something by what I'm doing. So they're like, "Hey, bro, how do you do that?" And then I could give them tips on how to get started. And then that's usually what I do. Like I give a few, because sometimes, like for example, if you go to a brand new school or job, if they overwhelm you with too much information, you forget all of it. So what I try to do is give like a few pointers, and if that person comes back later and asks for a few more pointers, then I feel like that's an easier person to teach them how to get there. But if it's just a person that just wants more information, I kind of hold back. But usually, what I tell everybody is get that camera in your hands, get acclimated with that camera in your hands, promote very consistently, and try to do research on dogs, but not by look at that. That's the camera. Yep, that's the same one. Let me see the camera. That's beautiful right there. I need to get what's that? That's for the that's what I need right there. That's what I
Get
need.
busy, get busy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You
Get
know what I mean? So those are the tools. Like, hey, go take pictures, bro. Go take pictures a lot. When I see somebody asking me, yo, what do I need to do? But they're only taking pictures like one time a month. Like,
like me. I'm gonna say this right. I take picture of everybody as dog, but don't take no pictures of mine.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, because they're holding the dog for you.
Yeah,
They're holding the dog for you. It's easier because
I gotta be like, I gotta sit outside and just don't pay these dogs no mind and wait till they walk off. And then I think
100%.
as soon as I turn around, I gotta get it quick because they're gonna run right up back on me. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah. And I also tell everybody when they start the bully game is to not go look for information based off what you see on Facebook. It's the same way like when you see other stuff pop up on your feed about the news, and it just keeps popping up. You can't think that the news you're looking at is the only news in the world. So when you something pops up in your Facebook and these dogs start to pop up a lot, that doesn't mean that those are the dogs you're supposed to use, because the person that starts off fresh, they think that, hey, I need some help to like get a little bit of fame, so let me use a dog that's real, that they're using a lot, that's famous, right? So I feel like that's a huge mistake, because they're gonna go invest 3,000 on a stud credit or 4,000 on a stud credit, and they could, but are they ready to do that? And that's usually what I tell them. Are you ready to do that? Are you sometimes it's too early. So it's all like about timing. I feel like it's the most important thing to start is the timing. Like don't rush too fast into it. Take your time.
yeah, but I think that's one of the things that mess up in this bully community too, where everybody like you want to get one hot stud out, and everybody want to breed to the same stud. Then it gets so saturated with that same thing, like even the people that were supposed to breed to that dog don't even make no sense for them to breed to that dog no more. Because you know what I mean, everybody like I see somebody take up a female, and you know that female is not the right female for that dog, and you know what I mean. I think the stud owner don't even control that anyway, but you know what I mean. I think they're responsible for controlling that. Like yo,
Sometimes I see like a real nice stud off
hmm
of a real known stud, but because he's used so much, it kind of takes away from how dope he is.
yep, yep,
Because I'm
yep,
like, bro, I could use you, but there's so much others already off of that. It's like I've always liked exclusive stuff. I don't like stuff that everybody has. Every once in a while, I'll use a stud that a lot of people use, but usually, like, I wouldn't want to go and use a stud that everybody, has and stuff like that. But
yeah. Because I remember what Brim was like what 4 or 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years. I think it was like 4 years ago. If you look, the whole community looked like Brim.
yeah, yeah.
Remember that? You know what I'm saying?
And you still got people saying I'm breeding to brim, and I'm like, that's a
So
little late.
you
It's a
trying to
little
tell me,
late.
you trying to tell me Brim didn't create nothing out there that you could use now? It's, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, yo, when do a stud is overused? Like how do you if pull up like you now, you're a stud owner, like how do you like say yo when a stud's supposed to be closed? Because I don't think if you got a stud that's breeding like that, without having like 8 breeding, 9 breedings a freaking week. You know what I mean? 'Cause at a point, that's what Brim was doing. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
When would you cut that stud off? Because now I think after
So I
if
think as a stud owner, I wouldn't. But I think as, like you said, the customer, they shouldn't want to. There's too much of it out there. But
mhm.
as a stud owner, I think that's a blessing to produce a stud that could do that for you, and generate that much income for you and make an impact. So I feel like that also impacts the program. I think that if the stud is that famous, you kind of could slow down on producing so many pups. You know what I mean? And then you could focus more on studs. So have you noticed a lot of the studs that are known behind them, the stud owner doesn't have a program.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like when a stud owner, you create that stud, you got nothing to back it up after. You just create that one stud, and after that stud is done with,
Yeah.
you don't got another
There's
hit.
nothing. There's
Nothing
nothing. And then everything that they created and became famous of wasn't in house. It was everything done
out there.
outside. So he's an amazing stud, but I don't understand that part. That's the part is always I've scratched my head like, why isn't there behind that stud? Like for example, if I had, I'm not gonna say a name of a stud because then people feel like I'm picking at them, but
Mm,
if I had this famous stud, I would have 5 sons of his at the crib, just like I'm doing right now. I got Ocean with 2 of his sons, 3 of his sons,
mhm.
daughters. A full program. If that he's that dope, why isn't he doing that for you in house? That's the part that I've always like wondered, and I feel like because those dogs are not good for line breeding. They're just good to give you that one bam.
But look at
That's
this,
it.
right? You notice all these dogs, right? All these famous dogs that I could pick out, like he probably only Bashar that really created a dog that was in house, and he created dogs off of that came from. But every other dog, they all always come from an outcross. Cause then Rocco was an outcross,
I believe so.
Brim was an
I believe.
outcross.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Most of these famous dogs out here, they're outcross.
yeah,
So why, like that's what I'm saying. They didn't do nothing in house for them.
yeah.
'Cause
What I
whether
what I think what I think Khan has done really good is he's created so much dogs in house,
right,
but he doesn't show everything. He only shows.
hey, because I remember one time I asked this fucker about a dog. He just pop out with a dog, and I'm like, bro, who that off of?
Where'd he come from? Yeah,
He
where'd he
was
come
like,
from?
yeah, it was off of this litter, da, 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 and then he started giving the whole back. So I'm like, damn, you had that dog? He was like, yeah. I was just waiting to put him on. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
and he'll put some dogs that don't look like Rocco,
Mm-hmm.
but that they're pretty good looking and just a little different.
Of dogs, yeah, I know you.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
like I just think he's just a master of the game now. You know what I mean? And he just do what the
But
fuck.
but that's what I was saying. Like what you mentioned about Bashar, same thing with Khan. Those are people that have the famous dog, and then they had
Dog,
productions and
yeah,
bloodline behind it.
you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, it's like Khan dog came off of a outcross. Like Beanstalk, that was all in house. It was his dogs. You know what I'm saying? And
Gotcha.
that's why I can't like differentiate with his program too much because he do his shit in house. Like you know what I mean? Create these badass studs. King Kong in house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what you fucking think he coming with next? you,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Let's see it. I think he got one now. The
Fuse.
one, and I think another boy named Fuse. He looks pretty
Yeah,
good too.
yeah, Fuse, yeah. Real nice dog.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, let's see, man. Let's see.
That I think that's the shift that the game needs right now is people to focus more on creating programs and not just like jumping stud to stud, stud to stud, stud to stud. I literally seen somebody the other day that was given the chance by God to make some money through studs that he purchased and fame that other breeders were giving him, and then now he's like done with dogs, so now he's just shaming everything that he already had produced. So I feel like sometimes it's a little weird out there, man. The game is a little,
People.
yeah,
People.
man. It's a little. So that's what we need. People just putting programs versus just buying a dog, making it famous. Next one, making it famous. I think that's what's messing it up. It's good to have those dogs to use,
Hmm.
but that can be the blueprint that everybody that new comes in should follow. You should try to
But
be a, a Bashar. You should try to be a Alex Ferraro. You should try to be these programs, these type of people.
I seen Oceanside Bully with that easy money. Like that, he's famous for that, like buying dogs and make it happen. But he did
Yeah.
create dogs that way buy, and the people not talking about that. Too
Oh yeah,
easy. That dog too easy. That's an easy money, son. It
he's
did.
beautiful.
Did do that matchup, and you know what I mean. But people don't give
He's
him the credit
nice.
for that. But yeah, he do buy dogs, but
No,
that like
he does a great job. He does a great
does a
job
great job.
promoting. He does everything really good.
Yeah. So, but yo, what you think about easy money, man? What you think about easy money and too easy? If you seen them.
Both of them beautiful dogs. I haven't seen Too Easy in person, but I did see Easy Money in
Hmm.
person. He lives like 45 minutes from us. Super thick, a beautiful dog. I was gonna use him to Sicaria, but she just wouldn't come and heat on time. But same thing. I missed a few breedings in between, and then his stutter credit I think was at 3.5 when I locked him in. So right now I'm like, bro, until I don't confirm some litters, I'm not gonna use a stud with that that fee like that.
Okay. 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 Okay.
But
Okay.
he's a beautiful dog. He's a beautiful dog. I like his productions. He has really nice productions out there. Um,
They put him to an XL, and that shit was dope.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. That was
He got
crazy.
everything over there. I'm like, yo, what the heck?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you should see the.
Definitely, he throws his own look.
Hmm.
And that's I think what makes him a great producer. That he just throws his own look.
But he chose his own look. But you think, did he produce himself yet or not?
I haven't seen somebody as equally as him or better. No, I've seen dope
Okay.
dogs, but I think they're shorter, so they kind of lose that.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know,
Okay. Okay.
they're
Okay.
not as bulky as him, or they're not as
Mm.
body frame as. Actually, there's one that looked very similar. I forgot his name. I could be wrong, but Riza comes into mind.
Who?
I could be wrong. Riza.
Rizzo.
I could be wrong about the name,
What
but
can
there's an. I forgot the name of the camp. Shit. Forgot the name right now, but I think one is called Riza
what do you think about Grimson?
Gribson. I seen him. That's the black dog, right?
Yeah.
Um, I like him just because it resembles like Grim type thing.
Yeah.
But I don't like using black dogs or like brindle dogs because the color is so dominant.
Hmm.
But if I had to go buy a dog, my favorite dog at my house is right next to me is black.
But okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So if I had to go buy another dog, like for the house, it'll
Hmm.
be black. I like the black dogs.
Grimson, I seen that dog in person, and I'm telling you,
Nice bull.
he's everything you see.
And he's pocket or he's like a bigger dog.
In between.
Between.
In between. Yeah, he could go for a pocket
Or a standard.
a standard. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But he
Like
big,
borderline.
nice bone, nice head. You know what I mean? Nice feet. Rear is crazy. Like,
I think my boy Tragic could have done a lot more damage, but I kind of chased more the smaller look because he's a little bit bigger. He's on like 95, 90 pounds. I could have done more bigger dogs like that, but I stuck to the shorter. But now I want to bring him back into the picture because he's a bigger boy.
never too late for a shower of rain, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a bigger boy.
You know what I mean? Tragic is a real nice dog. You know what I'm saying? But if you bring him back, though, what will you use him on? What do you think you will use? What female right now you looking and say, yo,
In house, I would throw him to Sicaria.
Sakara?
She's like the most extreme female I've ever laid eyes on, put hands on. She's massive and wide as fuck. I threw her to Apex, but she threw me small dogs. Not small, but like medium. But I think with Tragic, I'll get that bulky, that extreme, that crazy body frame.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So it's a
So
project. It's a project, but. She's a dog that comes in heat once a year, so we'll have to wait to see
Like,
when she could.
but you ever try to breed her?
Yeah, yeah, she just had puppies off of Apex.
Hey, oh, forgot about that. Yeah. So if she come back and eat, you think you go you run that to tragic?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think I'm gonna do tragic because they're both 95, 90 pound dogs. They'll be real bulky, and then I could just throw those bulky dogs to you know the smaller ones, Ocean, Apex, and make beautiful bulky small dogs.
Well, all right. Quick question though. Back up a little bit. Should I ask you this? Once you do the outcross, what are you trying to achieve off of it? Are you just trying to just open up your blood so you could bring it back in your yard, or are you just trying to
So yeah,
get?
so when I do the out crosses, I'm probably gonna go out one more time with the females, but the males off those litters will be used to go to my females in house. So they'll both have different purposes.
Direct males off of that outcross going back?
Yeah, so that correct. Yeah, yeah. So that outcross, I'll get a male or two to use for my females in house, but the females that I get off that litter, I'm still gonna go for another outcross just so that I have another male off of that or two to throw to my females, depending on which female, because some of them could be bred to a male that's a little bit more tight,
Hmm.
and then other ones should be bred to a male that is tight. So I want to have different options with the outcross blood already in it. Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah. And
Understand.
had different options for people because if I do all my outcrosses to the same blood, then it's really not going to be optional for everybody. So that's why I'm going to like one stud over here, one stud over here. And then I could offer my blood mixed with, because I feel like, you have mine up front, you have all the Magoo blood in the back with the chumper. And then if I outcross to something that's really in demand, now you got, three branches that are
Yeah.
real strong. So that's that purpose is for that.
Okay. I see. I understand the plan. I understand. Yeah. So you open up your blood so you could bring it back in your yard with more what you call it. Oh, so question: you going once you do this outcross, you gonna outcross again with the females that you got off of that litter?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
the
but
male, but the male will be used to go back to my girls.
the girls that you already have already, or the girls that you go.
The girls that I have already.
Okay. Of course. So how do you go? Like, how's your blood gonna look there now? Like, is it gonna
So
be
since I'm
your
since
blood
I'm
now,
since,
or like?
so basically, if I go to an outcross and I add 50% of somebody else's blood, and then I'm able to bring it back to my blood,
Mhm.
let's say if I had two dogs that were too tight, now I could bring those two dogs together, the bloodline again, because I added 50% of somebody else. So it gives me space to continuously throw my look over and over and over.
Over.
So the,
Okay.
the same thing I did right now with Mr. Murley, he's from an outcross. But now I threw Murley to my blood. So now these productions they already look just like my dogs because I have now more blood of mine and I'm washing away the outcross. So basically, I'm gonna be playing around with that sensitivity. Like, is this female too tight? He'll go to this stud. If this female has, like what you said earlier about going to Skywalker, if I go to a tight female, it makes sense. But if I go to a female that's already too outcrossed, then that female wouldn't be good for that Skywalker dog. So kind of the same idea, but just producing those studs versus me having to pay for those
Just
studs.
for those studs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the females that I have in house, the reason I'm going to outcross again is because I feel that the same vision and the same eye that I had to produce what I have now, I feel like I could do it with other bloods. So I want to grab other bloods and kind of wash away mine and create something as good with other bloods.
So
So it's
that's
it's like a
so question. Once you do that, you're gonna dilute your blood, say down 50%, then bring it back to like 70 when you start putting them dogs back together. Basically.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. I understand. I understand. I
And
understand.
eventually I would like to do it where I mean, I don't want to call it a scattered pedigree, but do an outcross to an outcross, and maybe even another outcross to where I have something totally different.
But yeah, that's cattle pedigree right there.
Yeah,
No one.
but on purpose because, but with like hitters all over. Because there's a difference. There's like some scatter pedigrees that you look at the person's pedigree and they'll have dogs like El Torino from whatever camp and all these weird camps you've never heard of. To me, that's a scatter pedigree. But if you have a scatter pedigree, but it's nothing but hitters,
Hmm.
I feel like you have a dominance of top dogs on there. So you're gonna get a mixture, but something real nice. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but if you say you have a different, yeah, I understand what you're saying now, but like,
It's a theory. It's a theory. It's not
yeah,
concrete.
I don't think that would be consistent though. You know what I'm saying?
Right, 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 right. Yeah, exactly. The consistency won't be there right away. Right
Yeah,
away, no.
that's
The look will be as scattered as the pedigree, as
what
mixed up. So you're gonna get a little bit of different looks,
uh-huh.
but that's where I grab. Okay, I like this one, that one. Now let's go hunt
But
for something from the same bloodline,
but
line it
last
up.
quick
Yeah,
question though, quick question. But
yeah,
I'm not questioning the vision, but
yeah.
you don't think that like your customer, you got a core base of customers that come to you for the specific look that you produce.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's what I'm going. I think the look is for sure is it's gonna be a little different. But I think what people fall in love with is that pretty look that I have. That when you look at the dogs, they look pretty. So that I'm not gonna lose. I'm always gonna shoot for dogs that look pretty. If the dog doesn't look pretty, because I don't know if you noticed, some dogs are like badass, but they look like rugged. They don't look
Hmm.
like if you were to put them in the 100-degree weather with a high resolution camera like you have, it
Hmm.
wouldn't look pretty. It just looks like a dog. But
Oh
then you
yeah,
got some that have the pretty eyes, the
yes, man.
beautiful,
Like
the mask,
right.
the little beauty marks on the face,
Yep,
so that so
exactly.
that's always what I'm gonna go for. So it's like an eye candy. So as long as I could accomplish that, but not throwing away that pretty look, I'm gonna continue. But if I see that I'm out crossing and I get some bats or some ugly shit, I'll be
Yeah,
time out and then just stop and I'll continue doing what I'm good at. But if
yeah,
I see that I could do it with another blood, then because I gotta be realistic too, it's not gonna be as easy as just doing it. Because it's not gonna be as easy as just saying it or doing it. Because if that was the case, everybody would have a successful
everybody.
bloodline,
Yeah, makes
you
sense.
know?
Makes sense.
So I know that there's gonna be some work put into it, but I know it could be done because me and my family did it with this one. But we were lucky. That's the thing. It takes
You think is luck involved in
a,
that though?
a lot, brother. I done exotic dogs, and it didn't work out that way. And I used the best dogs, and my best friend, one of my good friends, was one of the best exotic breeders, and I was using his dogs and line breeding, and it wasn't working out. I did Frenchies. I bought two Frenchie studs for 30K. Um, Beautiful studs. Trying to start a line. We bought like 17 females. We were going all in, and it doesn't work out that way. It just
That's
some
before
lines will.
you never
Yeah,
told me that part of your story, man.
we were doing it while we were doing bullies. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We've been at it for a minute,
Okay,
and
so
and that and that's what made me realize that, hey, we got something with the Zelda blood, because it's getting better and it's getting better and it's not deteriorating. It's not ugly. People love it. It's growing. And that's why I said, okay, let me be smart. Let me put away the exotics. Let me put away the Frenchies and let's go all in with Zelda. And that's what we did.
mm,
So that's why I know that it has a lot of luck, because somebody could use the same dogs as me. They could go buy a Magoo, for example, when I started with Zelda. They could go get a Magoo girl and cross it to muscle tone sprints, which people did use muscle tone sprints. They didn't get the same results. Or just now, think about different people that have used dogs that are famous, and not everybody has the same results. Some people will be lucky and get these unicorn and just take off, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
decent.
you just gotta make your chances higher and produce more to get those unicorns.
Okay, quick question though. Go back because I got to ask you what the Frenchies. Like, why did you think you wanted to go Frenchies? Like, why?
Oh, so I met a dude in California, OG, very successful, Cali Frenchie, shout out Phil. And he was talking about like one of the best out there. And the amount of revenue he was bringing in, the amount of fame, people everywhere all over the world, it was blowing up here in Miami. The Frenchie game was booming. Everything was just going crazy. So I said, you know what? Let's go all in. We already know how to do everything. So when we met this guy, Phil, he took us in. And not only did he give us two really good studs, but he also taught us how to do collections, how to do sales, a lot of things. So we really just liked the way they looked, and we wanted to experience to see if we could do the same thing that we were doing with the other dogs with the Frenchies. But not only is the market different, taking care of them is different. Their attitudes are different. Everything, their health, totally different. It's not something that's meant for you to grow. I feel like it's something that's meant for you to struggle a little.
Mm,
So we jumped out as soon as we saw that we had a chance to back off. We rehomed everybody. Put them in real good homes. It was a lot easier to rehome a Frenchie than a bully.
yes, sir. They're small. Everybody love a friend.
Everybody wants a Frenchie. So we rehomed everybody, and then we just moved on. It was a great experience. We learned a lot of knowledge throughout that process, and we gained a lot of fame because while we were growing with the Frenchies, it would attract people to the bullies.
Mm,
And then I started doing photography locally for one of the best Frenchie breeders in Florida at the time. So I was getting a lot of practice taking pictures.
mm-hmm.
And then that's when me and my wife we started, really going all in with the photos and then investing into lenses. And that's another thing too. We weren't scared of was investing like that lens you just showed me. That shit's expensive. This is
Yeah,
the camera. Everything is expensive, but
that's not like this. I tell people every time when they see this, like you're looking at least almost $4,000 right here.
yeah, yeah.
I think I'm joking. I tell them like,
No,
yo,
no, for real,
it's a lot
100%.
of money, man.
So I feel, but what we got out of it,
Hmm.
a lot more than what it costed. So that's why I say, man, just take that risk, get those cameras, and like start, doing it. Just start going at it.
Yeah,
But
like it.
definitely, I wouldn't do the Frenchies again. I wouldn't do the exotics again. Um,
Exotics. I used to have a friend that do like me. I used to love them exotics, man. And a friend that was breeding exotics, he told me like, "Yo, Dre, the money is here, but the headaches are here too. Leave it alone." And I'm like, "Yo, bro, you hating, man? What's up, man?" It was like, "Yo, bro, that one right there, he's on his last line. That one is on his last line. This one is
yeah,
coming up." And I'm like, "What do you mean last line?" It was like, "Yeah, probably like give it a year, you probably gonna die." I'm like, "What?" And large heart, not breathing. I'm like, yeah, forget this shit,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's a lot of crazy stuff.
in his basement bathroom, right? Because you have a basement setup, and in his basement bathroom, he got like amount of pills and all of that in there. I'm like, yo, I thought it was for him. I'm like, yo, bro, you good? It was like, yeah. I'm like, yo, bro, what's all these pills for? He was like, yo, this dog take this pill, that dog take this pill. I was like, yo, you joking, right? He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. Allergies and they're not very exotic dogs. They're not as intelligent as the pockets,
mm-mm,
so they're very like slow to learn stuff. And
yep. And when they get mad, they fight to the death.
yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't like it. I had a way better experience. I did a lot more growth with the pockets than I did the other ones. Way faster, and luckily it worked out for us. And everything fell in place. We used the right dogs. And I just felt it was luck because like I said before, my mentor was Muscle Tones Prince owner. So he co-owned it with Bashard, and it just happened to be he bought these dogs. He
Mm,
had them there. And so when I show up one day to his house and I started looking at just one dog pop out over here, one dog pop, I'm like, what the hell? It was just like I think it was just like meant to be, man. Like not many people will have that chance to have a mentor that would have these dogs around, so much accessibility,
yeah, yeah.
um, and everything locally, finding the right doctors, the right vets, everything is just played out very, very nicely.
But quick, so question. as I'm saying, if you were to lay out the book, like what you tell a new breeder, like what you need to acquire to survive in the bully community, like
Um, you mean like dog wise or overall, just like everything?
overall, yeah.
Okay, so I would say to survive, you need more than one dog. That raises the volume of content that you could put out.
Hmm.
I think that you and your followers will get bored of just looking at one dog all day. I would say do your research, but don't do your research from other breeders. Um, so the research is important before you come in. Um, Technology. If you're gonna survive, you need great technology. You need cameras, you need computers, you need good phones, microphone setups. If you could get microphone setups, um, space. Also, if you're gonna grow, don't try to trick yourself and do it from a one bedroom efficiency. Try to if you're gonna do this for real, try to have the space for it. Um, and the time also. I feel like that's very important. I don't feel like anybody's gonna get big in this if you're not doing it at least not full time, but as equal. Like
Yeah,
you got to put some hours in daily. You can't just you can't just do it like whenever you want or so discipline,
yeah,
discipline, and what else? What else? And learn about customer service because I think a lot of people, some people have the best dogs, they got the best cameras, but when you talk to them, that you
yeah,
could notice they never had a conversation with
yeah,
anybody,
yeah,
or and also, me, you and I, not only here, but we've talked dogs for
yeah.
hours, right?
Hmm.
And that's another thing you could notice when you speak to a lot of people that are, if you want to know when you're getting yourself into, like, that's the biggest representation of yourself. Like a customer is going to ask you a question or another breeder, and they want to have a conversation with you about dogs and breeding, and you got to be equipped with knowledge to be able to have those conversations. It's not just about having a dog and I had a litter. It's, hey, what do you know about dogs? Hey, tell me something about your bloodline. Tell me some of the grandparents, tell me about some of the great grandparents. Like, tell me something. But here it's just like, hey, this is the price, and that's not gonna work for you nowadays. There's too many people like that. Like,
Yeah,
people are looking for comfort, and they're looking for knowledge when they come to somebody to purchase.
yeah.
Um, so that's to me, that's what's gonna help you survive.
But I find out people not only come and buy the dogs, they're kind of buying you. You got to sell a
Yeah.
piece of yourself to them when you're selling these dogs. You know what I
And
mean?
the reason why I say money is not everything in this,
Hmm.
but you also can't be ignorant because you need money to be able to run your program.
Yep.
Because if you're not making money, that means you're not giving your dogs the best attention. That means you're not giving your dogs the best food. That means you're not giving your dogs the best everything.
Hmm.
So if that's your mentality, like, oh, whatever, that means you're skipping a lot of corners. That means you're not really, you know, trying to get better.
But
You're trying to waste the minimum and then gain the most out of it.
yeah,
And that's not I think the way that you should go about it.
makes sense. Makes sense. Because even this too, I was telling dude like, because he asked me what I do. I tell him straight up like, yo, you got to find a good vet. That's number one.
That's
You gotta
another
find,
one, yeah.
you gotta find a good food source.
You
You
go
go,
broke with a bad one.
yep. I told us straight up,
you go broke. You
yo,
go
you
broke.
gotta find a good vet, good food source. You gotta have somebody that you could roll something to get like you could put across something like if you have try to find advice like somebody you could rely on to point you in the right direction, but never afraid to answer question, but also don't accept every answer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta research what he said. You know what I mean? To make sure it
Yeah.
works for you. You know what I mean? Like and I told him that's how I operate. You know what I mean? I make sure I get the best food at the cheapest price at the
Yeah.
best vet. You know what I mean? And medication, where I could find medication. You know what I'm saying? Because you gonna need that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Most
yeah,
definitely. I think another part that's very important for somebody to survive in this game of today is to have the correct agreements, meaning like contracts.
Contracts, yeah.
That's another important thing I like to tell everybody is like, and let's say if you don't do a contract, record your conversation, take a video, because even if it's your best friend,
Yeah, text
even if
go a long
it's
way. Text go a
yeah,
long
man.
way.
Though some people will forget stuff months later, and that could mess up relationships. That could mess up. That could make you look in a bad way. A lot of things, and if you want to survive in this, you got to understand that it's the okay, to make it simple, the dog game is no different from the world.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So just do everything cautiously, professionally, and with the right mindset, and do the right thing. That's it.
That's yeah, for real, man. And you know what I mean? Like I always tell people, man, don't argue with people, man. If they can't see the light, not your job to show them either. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be a lot of differences, just like in the real world. You could be playing basketball with somebody, you have a differences. You could have a business with somebody on that has nothing to do with dogs, and you can have differences. So it's just like, man, just get that contract in place. The things about contracts that are hard, that I always comes back to, like, just really two good people, is that you can't really write every little damn situation that could possibly happen.
And
You
that's where you
know,
get screwed, you get messed up in it because like big companies write contracts and they put fine prints in it to cover the ass and everything. We not thinking about that. You know what I'm saying?
no,
We put the most common thing because we do by what you say common practice. You know what I mean? We go by common practice. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But common practice could mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And you're just not gonna feel. You're just really not gonna put everything in the contract that gonna cover you. So you still gotta look way back for people that really want to work honest. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah.
And
At the end of the day, I don't need one.
have some.
I'm always gonna do what's right. The same thing. If we weren't in the dog game and we both find $100 together, 50's yours, 50's mine.
Simple.
You know what I'm saying? If
Simple.
we go buy something together, it's mine and yours.
You,
You know what
you
I'm
know
saying?
what? You know what too, Palacio? I think though. I think people spend their loss on these dogs, the last money they have on these dogs, and expect to make like a bang off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Which you could.
Which I'm not saying you can't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But what I'm saying, like with the dog game, especially when it comes to breeding these dogs and marketing it and doing like it's a lot of different parts moves and sometimes the parts don't move like what they're supposed to move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And things could go left real quick. It could go good, it could go left, or it could just go stay in the middle and never it didn't grow as far as it's supposed to go. So shit does not go as according to plan at all times.
Yeah.
People gotta understand that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So me personally, I'm gonna tell a newcomer like, hey, don't spend your last on it. Spend what you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And I think that has a big influence in exactly what you're saying. Because if a person is with their last dimes, the way they're gonna react to certain situations is gonna be way more over the, like, crash out, instead of somebody who's didn't waste their last dollars, or they have a date and they're doing fine. They're gonna act a little bit more chill, a
Yeah.
little bit more professional towards it. So definitely has a big influence for sure.
It's just like I was telling my boy, like he always asked me, yo, when your car coming out? I got an Evo. He was like, yo, when that car coming out? When that car coming out? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not worrying about it because the money that I put into that car, I saved that money. It been parked almost 9 years now. And I saved that money. I put $60,000 into that car. The car's still not driving it.
Yeah.
But I didn't just take up my last saving and go put in. You know what I'm saying? I
Right. Right.
saved
Right. Right.
towards it, you know what I mean? And I bought what I need to buy little by little, get
Yeah.
it ready. You know what I mean? Eventually, I don't care if it sits for another 9 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really don't care. I'm not losing them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
It's ready, it's ready. But I'm just saying, save, like, if you're going to buy a dog, find the breed that you want to buy the dog from, save the money up, make sure that's not your son or your daughter Christmas present. You know what I mean? Save your money up and get what you need to get. So you know what I mean? You're still gonna be emotionally attached to that dog, but I don't you know what I mean, you're gonna think a little bit more rational. At least you
Right.
leave room for that. You know what I mean? But
100%.
and I think that's a problem in the bully community now. People take their lives because they hear Tom, Dick, and Harry told them like, "Yo, you're gonna make a killing off of this, da 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 da, blah blah blah," and they take their lives and do it and invest, and a year later they're still gonna make, they're still putting the money into this dog and nothing.
Cause I think it's because they leave out all the work you have to do to make that dog. Like
Hmm.
that's the thing people forget to say. Like, hey, you can make a shitload of money, but you got to do yeah all this stuff.
And even when they do all of that stuff, that doesn't mean it's still gonna happen either.
Yeah, exactly,
You know what I mean? Because
exactly. Very true. Very true.
people would do it, and then they're looking at them like, "Yo, even all right, boom, you do the breeding, everything work until you get them puppies on the ground. Now you don't have the patience to sell them.
Yeah,
You have patience to market them. You know what I mean? Because you hear cleaning shit. Nobody told you about that part of it. Say these jokers are some nasty, they're nasty as hell.
but I started cleaning today at 7, and it was 4, and I was still still going.
Yeah, you know what
You
I
know,
mean.
and I could not do it, but I want everybody to be in the right environments. You know, everything A1,
Because
organized.
if you don't do it, a lot of people don't understand. If you don't do it, these popular that the immune system is weak, and they'll get sick off of their own shit.
Bunch of shit. Now with the heat too.
And
Now is what's it called? Parvo. Now is
yeah,
that's the heat is what activates it. So
and nobody don't tell you parvo. Once you get parvo, you don't go away.
stays
It's
in your
there.
yard.
It stays. It doesn't go away.
Yeah,
And when
man.
you tell people you don't want nobody in your yard, they don't understand why you say that. They tell you like, oh, this and all that, blah blah blah. Like, man, get out of here, man. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, we are here as dog breeders, and you know what I mean, to make some friends along the way. And we enjoying doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody could enjoy doing what they're doing and leave the drama, and
Exactly.
you know what I mean, produce some good dogs that people over the world, because believe it or not, when you think
But
nobody looking at
I
somebody,
see people argue about stuff online that I'm just
yeah,
like what the hell?
yeah, a couple
Like
people pull my strings on you, man. What I do, I just leave that group, like unfollow,
I
block.
be seeing stuff. I be seeing stuff, and I'm like, man,
Like,
like
yeah, I got a couple times people pull my strings talking bullshit, man. I'm like, yo,
same
this
here, same here.
this is not it for me, man.
No, no, no. You get caught up in it real quick, easily. You could get caught up, and
Mhm.
it takes your energy. You're there stuck on it for days,
Yeah,
and you're like, wait a second, why am I even playing around with like this game? Why am I even?
yeah, man.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
It's
man. So
him.
I'm saying we're gonna
Well,
keep.
that's that. I think that's one of the key components of once you make your chances real high and you're doing good in this game. It's like for example, Bashar or anybody that makes it to a platform where you're selling dogs consistently and stuff like that. I feel like that's one of the hardest parts is the mental part of
Mhm.
this. Cleaning, selling, dealing with customers, dealing with everything. It's not easy. So that's why there won't be like you can't really say there's 30 top people that you could think of that are like programs because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do, all of it all together. It's a very big effort they have to put for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, you think about it too. Like you mentioned, even Bashar, the Khans, and all of these people, the Palacio, because you there too. I would say
Thank you.
a lot of people don't. They see the glitz and the glamour, but nobody see how you got there. The shit they had to go through, the dogs you lost, the money bad investment yeah you made, the you know what I mean, the friends that you lost along the way, the vacation that still haven't been took yet, uh,
The partners you lose, of
the part
everything.
that you lose, you know what I mean, the dishonest business people do with you and all of that shit. All of that, nobody see that part of it. You know what I mean? But they'll be like, oh, Palacio, he driving a Benz, he driving this, he live in a big house down there on the beach, or you know what I mean? But nobody see how he got there, especially when it comes to these damn dogs, the sleepless nights. You know what I
And
mean?
that's why I respect, no matter how much shit people could talk about the people I mentioned, like the Bashars and the Khans, and it's so hard to do all of that. That, like you said, all the stuff that's not mentioned. That, like, I feel like there's no perfect thing in this world. So like you can't pick at this person instead of bringing them down, let's celebrate them for actually accomplishing something that big, and say, hey, bro, look at the key features that they did good that we could all learn from and add to our. But I see just people like always hitting the people that made it big. They just throw rocks at them and rocks at them and rocks at them. And it's like, man,
Mhm.
if everybody could just focus on the tools and the skills that they use, I think there'll be a lot more people getting there faster.
The thing about it too, all right. I ask you question. You share you share like whenever I hit you up, you always share like, hey, do this or do that. All right. You know anything about it? Even Bashar, it's somebody you could reach out to. Hey, yo, how you do this? He gonna fucking tell you, do it this way. And you know what I mean. But people who still throw rocks trying to break his glass. You know what I'm saying? For no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I just never understand that part of it. Like I remember when I came into this, I was like, cause I was doing repo for a minute, right? And my boy that brought me in, he told me like, yo, Dre, I know you were hothead and all of that shit, but the best way is not to answer people in this shit. Because guess what happened? In this community, you're dealing with a bunch of girls, not disrespecting women, but man, like the man, you is just different. I was laughing because I was telling my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, like yo, yeah, I mean, save some tampons because you gonna need it." And I'm like,
It's true, bro. It's true.
and I learned, bro. I live to say it, like I was laughing when he said that shit, and I live to apologize to him because I said, "Yo, bro, you was talking the truth, bro."
But
You know.
I've always been around like dudes my whole life. Like I've had a lot of friends.
Hmm.
Just in my neighborhood growing up, it was like 30 or 40 of us. Hang out every day. We never had any arguments, any fights, nothing like that. Until I got into, and even jobs, I've had jobs with multiple people. I've never found a group of so much difficult people that you run into in this bully game.
Yeah.
Difficult. You got a lot of good people, but
Hmm.
you're gonna run into a lot of people that you scratch your head and you're like, where did they come from? Like, how did they even like think like this? Like, why do they even act like this? Like, why do they even,
And
so it's
you could say you could blame it on the Gen Zs that's in the bully community, and 90% of the time it's not even the Gen Z, the ones that you expected. You know what I mean? It's the one that you don't expect to go left with you, really want to go left. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, yo, what the heck, man?
100%, brother. It's something like one of the stuff too is it's kind of like off topic, but I normally don't do a lot of I have some co-owns, but lately like I feel like we talked about a few topics about like the person financial state if they use all their money. I feel like maturity, like people drama. I think you have a lot less of that when a person's a little bit older. So nothing against the young guys, because I'm still young too. I'm not an old guy. And shout out to all the youngins coming in. And I actually support all the youngins. But uh, when I do co-owns from now on, those are some of the stuff that I'm looking for. Like, does that person have a household? Do they have husband and wife? How old are they? All those things reflect on the chances of that deal going better,
Yeah,
and that's what I've learned throughout the process, that it can't just be a co-own that's designed because the person can afford the dog. It kind of has to be like, hey, I got this dog up for co-own. Are you a good candidate for it?
it makes sense. Makes sense.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because if not, you end up with a bad candidate and it just bites you in the ass in the long run.
In the long run, it's just yeah, headache. You know what I mean?
Kind of like a job interview. Like, hey, you're gonna be a co-owner.
It got to
This
be
is
like that though. And I
Yeah,
think that's a lot. The people that run into that problem, they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? They was in a desperate position, and they just did what they did, and then it comes back and bite them in the ass in the long run. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happened with a lot of these cones out here. Because I don't think they're bad people. They just didn't work out the schematics of the cone properly. If it
yeah,
makes sense, you know what I mean? And it just comes back and it bites them. Because at the end of the day, to a man, a family man always have like they get attached to the dog because the family is not attached to the dog. So they're going to try to make it. I think 90% of the time they're going to try to make the best situation work out for the dog. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
the ones that some like when it like even As I said, we're not knocking the younger people. I'm still young as well too. I'm only 30, 30. So we're not knocking nobody. You know what I mean? But these youngers, like, I don't think they live no life yet where they could, where they've been through stuff that, like, yo, you're not gonna sacrifice a good relationship for a messed up deal. You know what I mean? When you both could, when you both could still benefit from. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things they don't think twice. They was thinking about now. They're not thinking about later.
I've
So
heard it. I've heard it too from customers overseas. One of the biggest things they tell me always is like, "Man, I appreciate your professionalism, and you speak like a man." And I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And he's like, "Whenever there's an issue, whenever there's anything, like you face it like a man." He goes, "Every other breeder I talk to, they give me the cold shoulder. They leave me hanging, or they'll let me stuck with the issue, and I'm just, I'm fucked. I got to deal with the problem myself or whatever." And I feel like that comes along with what I was telling you, like the age. I feel like the age is just something that comes along with.
yeah, because they don't
Uh,
think about now. You know what I mean? They haven't lived no life yet that show like, yeah, they don't pass the Gen Z stage where they could go into the, you know what I mean? They don't live that moment of life yet, where they have to deal with. They don't want to deal with what is in front of them right now. You
right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
They're not
Yeah,
dealing like they don't understand when you make an investment. Investment mean you make the investment right now, so you gain later.
right,
I mean, they make the investment right now, want to get paid out right now.
right, right.
Computer,
And
sorry.
also, and I think a lot of times too, in like co-owning with people, both sides have to realize that you're not gonna always win. Not every breeding is supposed to be meant for you to walk away
Mhm.
with 100% win off of it. You're gonna take some L's,
Yep.
and sometimes it's okay to take the L's. And
Mhm.
sometimes if you take half a L and you could take the half a W and half a L with your partner, I feel like that's still a win. You know what I mean? So I've always been like that. I'm very flexible. I'm not, I'm with everybody, even with like stud. A lot of people don't do this too, even with my studs. I'm not promoting this, but I sometimes spot people's stud credits just to help them out. You know what I mean? And sometimes I've got them burned. Sometimes they pay me, So it's
Hey, yo, I was saying this. I don't even want to call his name, but he said something once. He said something a couple. I don't. Yo, I'm gonna talk to you offline about that. But I just had to look at this dude a different way, and I'm like, damn, dude, you think like that? Like, you know what I mean?
what what was
A
said.
lot of stuff. It was so good. Like it's good, but I don't want to mention because I don't want nobody. He's a very dude that's out there. I don't want nobody to go be getting on him and then thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause dude just looked at me and told me, if you watching this night, I was like, yo, bro, it's only fucking, the only sperms, bro. And
What
my
what did,
dog
what did he say?
said his only sperms. My dog could produce more of that. You know what I mean? We gonna make this shit happen. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, because I didn't have that. Like, I was supposed to breed to another stud, and dude go when uh when I sent him a PG test a week before, I was like, yo, XYZ, I'm coming in. It was like, yeah, we're gonna make it happen. The day before it was supposed to happen, I did the PG, and I was at like a 13. I breed at 15. I was like, yo, with one flow, I was like, yo, I'm gonna need that shit tomorrow. You know what I mean? You send off shit tomorrow so I could get it for the next day breeding. It was like, all right, cool. A couple of hours later, it was like, oh, bro, I'm going on vacation. I'm like, so what I got to do with me? Me, it just confirmed that shit. It was like, oh, you going to miss your breeding, blah, 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 blah. I reached out to my guy. My guy was like, yo, I'm going to send that shit to you right now. I'm not going to let you miss your shit. You know what I mean? Overnight, that shit. Matter of fact, same day. Because he wasn't in town. So he was like, yo, same next day, I'm going to send it out. You going to go pick it up at the airport. Paid for all of that shit. You know what I mean? So I could get my breeding done. You know what I mean? And I just paid him when I had the money. You know what I'm saying? And when I was paid him, it was like, yo, he wasn't even looking forward for the money from me. He was like, yo, I was gonna give you the thing. I was like, nah, I'm gonna pay what you owe. You know, because me, I'm the kind of person I don't like take nothing from nobody and not pay them. Because if tomorrow you say something, I'm gonna tell you go fuck yourself. I owe you shit. That's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
over my head. You know what I mean, but when I said it to him, he was like, "Bro, don't worry, man. It's just damn sperm, man. My dog could get more of that shit." And I was like, "Damn, I never heard that from no other breeder." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I've done it a lot of times, bro. I've done it a lot of times to help out.
I'm just saying this to say this though. There's a lot of good people out there, and there's also a lot of bad people out there too. You know what I mean? And sometimes I just say, yeah, sometimes you got to deal with luck too. You know what I mean? And how you deal with people for them to deal with you back in the right way too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe in that. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, what I've noticed is though that it's based off of how much you could do for somebody. Like that's what I've noticed in most business deals. Like since it's the communication between both of you was started off as a business deal, it's all thought of as a business deal. But me, I like
Mhm.
to take care of people kind of like they're my family. So sometimes I do choices like that, and it bites me in the ass because I'm looking out. But the other side is like, I did a business deal with you. So
Yeah,
that's the part where it's off. So now my mentality is like, it's just a business deal, you
yeah,
know.
Uh, yeah.
You know,
You know what I mean?
but a good relationship with the stud owner, a good relationship with the co-owner could make us successful, way more successful if you don't have that great communication.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, 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 yeah. But question, but if you think about it too, right? You think that got to do with communication as well. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I mean? Because I don't think I don't like in this community, right? I've not even saying this community, in people in general, once they have the money, they're spending their money and they do that's how they're just doing business. And I think in this community, is like so much room to make to build like friendship. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of room for that because of what we do. And we deal with pets. If you really think about it, we deal with pets. You know what I mean? They're a living being anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think people don't like that open up that door to, you know what I mean? And I just think people just some people it's just kind of hard to do that. They're not people friendly or something like that. And I think in this community, like you need to be that. You
Hundred
know what I'm
percent.
saying?
Hundred
You need
percent. Yep.
you got to be people friendly to because people not only buying your dogs, they're buying as I'm saying, they're buying a piece of you. You know what I mean? They really do because like they buy a dog. How they gonna advertise it? They gonna say it's a Pulaski Bully Cam dog.
Yeah.
So I bought.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. No. Definitely. No. And that's the thing too. Like I usually take it serious whenever somebody invests with my studs. Like I try to take it as serious as possible. When it's a co-own, I try to take it as serious as possible.
Mhm.
Like that's the main goal, man. Is to try to let me try to like I think that the communication part, or we're talking about like in a co-own especially. I can't as a person that's more experienced, I can't push on somebody the amount of promo that I put out and expect them to do the same because it takes years to become that efficient. And also, they might have a daytime job where they're caught up and they can't get it out. But I feel like that's the difference that kind of makes a co-own go this way or that way. If when I was like, if I go learn right now basketball from somebody, I'm gonna try to match his energy because I want to learn this. I want to, and that's what I feel like it's all about too is energy. If you
Mhm.
don't have the right energy, you can have the right mentor and you can have the right deal, you can have the right dogs, but if you don't have the right energy, like if you're not putting the energy into this, like your heart, everything, like your best into it, it's. I feel like that's what messes up everything, like everything else.
Since we're talking about promo too, what I found out with promo when I used to be posting pictures, like I would post like a little video daily. If I post like one today and I don't post none tomorrow, I'm out of the algorithm, right? I'm saying this like me. You might not see me promoting right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not working,
Right.
right? What I do, I will get the video, I get some pictures, So when I start promoting, I got a bunch of shit to put out
Ready to go.
daily, daily. So I got like a bunch of promos for a whole month, but then I will go a month or two without promoting again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what kind of catch because I'm not keep trying to keep on because I'm just so busy. I'm doing other stuff.
That, and it's hard to keep that fire going like
Yeah,
that, every day. It's hard to, like, let's go, the dog's enthusiasm.
like right now I got a breeding coming up, and that is going to be in hen house. And I got all the footage. I got all the thing. I already start building that profile already for me to start posting it, and I will have I will have videos and all that shit and pictures for the next 3 months. I could post videos daily, and those are those old shit that I collected over and over from out in the yard, and I see something I like take
Yeah,
it.
I have a
You know,
file. I have a file with like pictures and videos that I
mhm,
haven't even touched or done, like looked through, just waiting for to post. So like I have a library that's ready to go for me to post something daily. But then there'll be days where I look at it as my re-up day. So today's gonna be a day I'm gonna focus on getting more pictures.
mhm,
Then today I'm gonna post something to run on the reels to keep the algorithm going. But my focus today is to clear out all my old pictures and make sure that I have my, because I don't know how you have your library in your phone, but I
mhm.
have mine set up by files. So I have like
I have
Ocean's Blues files, all his pictures, Tyson, like that, instead of looking through the whole thing and I'm being all scattered. So little things that you could do to sharpen your, you know, your being efficient. And I feel like the more efficient you are with time, doing
mhm.
the cleaning, all that other shit, if you could get that out of the way faster, then you got more time for promo.
And the reason too why I'm doing stuff like that because I just opened up my lawn care business now, like officially open. Just opened it like when last week. I
Nice,
opened
congrats,
up.
brother.
So I'm doing that now too. So that's why I'm like I know that's from like 8 in the morning to like 7 at night. So what I do? I keep on taking these pictures. Even my damn my cameras in my yard, I be getting stuff off of that as well. Like I'm always getting something off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I use those. I'll use those, and I post stuff on here. A lot of time people don't even know that's off my damn cameras in my yard. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
After I finish cleaning it up and
And
all
and
that.
and, and that's what it takes, is like thinking about it 24/7. I drive my wife nuts, my
Mhm,
kids nuts. I'm all day like, hey, let's go take pictures. Come on, let's go. And then
mhm,
if we're doing it wrong, I'll get mad. And I try to do things like as perfect, not perfect, but as
mhm.
best as I can. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But definitely the pictures, brother. If you could get like you said, have shit ready to go,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a way better outcome of a litter. You're gonna have a way better outcome of stud credits, um, all that stuff. But
Now George
uh,
George Bailey's coming up north. I love my picture, man. I'm gonna have him come over and take some pictures. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
at the end of the
He does a
day,
good job.
huh?
He does a good job. I see
Yeah,
some good photos.
he do some dope shit. So I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna let him pass through, take some pictures, and that's what we're gonna go from. I mean, I will have all the content that I need once because I'm gonna stick this female tomorrow. So after I do that AI, you know what I mean. Hopefully she take. You know what I mean. When she take, man, I'm gonna have she promo like promo like for days, for months.
Right now, like it's overwhelming. Like even though I've been doing this for a long time and I have a lot of experience, promoting three litters at once is super challenging,
Yeah.
and promoting your five or six studs at the same time and future breedings is
Mhm.
super overwhelming. And I don't sometimes I don't know how I do it, but just I try to keep that cycle the same as pictures, put them out, pictures, put them out, pictures, put them out. The Sometimes the key is, like, at least for me, is to take the picture and not wait days to get it out. The
Mhm.
faster I could take it, the faster I could get it out. That means I got to take more.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
the more I get that cycle going, I
Mhm.
feel like we're untouchable, because we have the dogs. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I feel like we have the dogs, beautiful dogs. We got a program going. We just need to put them more out there and let people see them more.
Mhm.
But people also get tired of seeing the same picture.
Same picture.
So
Yeah.
like, but it's challenging because like I have Ocean's Blue. I could get a lot of good video on him, but to get a good picture, he's hyper. He's super hyper. So never. So I've been using the same picture for like 3 years.
Quick question: what you use like to get your dog's attention? Will you use like a lure or use like a built?
So
So
my daughters do like this weird squeaky noise with their mouth. They also bark. Lately I went on YouTube and I found a like a 3-minute video that's noises for dogs. So I throw the phone on the ground and it
send
starts
that.
squeaking. I'll send it to you. It works
I-
amazing. It
Yeah,
makes their head go like this. It's awesome. And then like throwing stuff, hitting metals, all types of shit. We Every dog has different sensitivity, so we try everything. Sometimes you can't; they just won't look at you. So we try and we try and we try sometimes, but
because
we don't.
lately,
We was
lately I've
that?
been using a drumstick. Use a drumstick, put in his mouth. When he start biting on it,
Yeah, and throw it.
and throw
Yeah,
it.
that's the biggest challenge, bro. That's there's some dogs that I could never, brother, like get really good pictures of. He's just wild, and because I don't train my dogs to stack.
Yeah,
I want to, but I never really get around to. So I just try to like get them run around loose or stack them for a second, make something real loud. Like Mr. Murley's a pain in the ass, Level's a pain in the ass. They're all very hyper dogs.
like
So
I got this one male right now, like beautiful male I got off of this, my last litter. Like the dog will play, walk on the leash and all that. As soon as they try to stack him, he lay down.
that's what I'm talking about.
He lay down. You know, shit. I was like, bro, like, and then I'm getting so mad and start like ready to scream at the dog. I'm like, yo, what the heck, man? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? The
yeah.
dog will look good as soon as it like try to fix me, like, and he go like, then he goes straight down to the ground and just not trying to do nothing. So
I've focused on that before, like on one stud. I'll be like, I'm not gonna quit this whole week until I get a perfect 10 video and picture. And I'll
mhm.
just hit it every day, every day, every day, every day. And finally you'll get that perfect, you
I'm,
know,
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get him back on the start box. That's like at least that's where I'm kind of slack up. When I'm finished, when you get off it, that's what I'm gonna do anyway.
for promo, I actually have a checklist. I've shared
Mhm.
it. I can send it. You can see it, and it's kind of like it's a little bit OD, like a little bit too much. But if you can't complete it, cool. But I use it almost every other day to challenge myself. So it'll say like reels, 4 reels a day, post 2, storylines 10, like that. So basically, check off all of those to make sure that you're shooting for.
You don't use your reels in your story, cause that's what I do.
Yeah, 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 for
Or
sure.
I will post like a little snippet in the stories, disappear anyway, and then I just drop a reel and then post it back in the story.
Yeah, I'll repost it and then I'll repost it again and then I'll cut up that same reel. I'll
Yeah.
cut up my favorite parts and then use that one the next day and
Okay.
just
Okay.
recycle stuff. Because sometimes you post something now and that person didn't see it, but the
Okay.
next day you use the same content and the person that wants to get it saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you think about it, like you think Burger King makes a new commercial every day? No.
Hell no. They use the same
It's,
one for months, years.
yeah, once you get that perfect video, that perfect, just keep using that shit.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
the algorithms change every day, so it's very challenging.
yeah, but question like now you mentioned the algorithm, right? Because if it change every day. So like, what's the lowest view you might get on one video? Like the lowest you will get on one video, but then when you repost it the next day, it shoot off again.
I won't post the same one, but the lowest views I've ever seen, like I would say, likes are usually the lowest, are like 40, 50. The average is like 100 to 200. Likes, views. Um, I've gotten one time, I think 4.5 million on a reel.
Hmm.
And then other times I've gotten only like 500 on a reel.
Yeah. But when you do that, right? It doesn't like get discouraged when you see that like you just got a viral hit.
All the time, brother. I
It
get
shoot
discouraged
down.
every day, every day, all the time, bro. And sometimes too, I'll change the song on a reel and I'll do way better.
Mm.
And like my crowd is kind of like young, and I do have some older people, but I guess they like hip hop. So when I try to post more like trance music or rave, I won't get no views, no
Mm.
comments. But then I go ghetto with it with the hip hop and soof,
I noticed that too, man. Like when I do the older dancehall music, I get a lot of views. But when I do the that new shit, like it just
it
like
goes the opposite for you. Yeah,
yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the heck
So
am I doing
your
wrong?
crowd is the opposite. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so now I just start going over it, man. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Because I start going by looking at my older reels, and I'm like, okay, so this is what happened.
yeah,
And
yeah. And sometimes I feel like it's a little bit unprofessional sometimes. The songs that I use,
mm,
but people love it.
yeah,
So and I
yeah,
like it too. So I just and I also use not the same way I'll use like same pictures over and over. There's certain songs that get me hyped that I'll
mm,
use. I don't care if they're the same song. I'll use it just to hype me up so that I could keep the whole storyline going and get into it.
yeah. I know, man. Like, yeah, I didn't know that because one of the time what I used to do, like, Instagram, they would suggest the first song to show you the one that that used most in reels and all that.
Yeah,
But when I use that, I don't get no views.
me neither. Me neither.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I was wondering why. You know what I mean? But you know, what I mean? But I guess dog people don't listen to. You know what I mean? I don't know,
Like
man.
like I'll use the song from Rick Ross, No Games. I used it for already like 7 years.
Hmm.
Every time I'm introducing a new stud or litter, it's
Oh,
so hyped. It
yeah,
it, it works every time.
I know exactly.
Uh, the one from Meek Mill, I'm a Boss.
Yeah.
There's not many songs like that that you turn on and just get you hyped. So
Hmm.
I use it a lot for my studs, and people love it. So I just keep using it. But if I try to use some soft shit,
Not gonna work.
it won't
Yeah,
work.
but yeah, the old school shit always worked for me. New shit just not because I like the song. That doesn't mean it's gonna push me in the algorithm. And I'm like, all right, cool. Make no
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
this shit, man. But
It
yeah,
is.
I
It's
understand
like that.
that because the AI algorithm, like people don't understand. Like a lot of people don't like when I talk to certain people that on Instagram and they say, "Yo, why?" Like when I show them the views on it, and I'm like, I was screenshotting like, "Yo, don't see this and think that's what I'm getting. Look at this." You know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, it's just the way you post." And I noticed Facebook want you to post like 2 times a day or within 2 to 3 times a day or more.
Yeah.
One won't get you nowhere on Facebook.
Nowhere.
You know what I mean? But
Nowhere.
Instagram, you could post daily and you'll be all right, but not good. But I think Instagram, like you want to post like two, something like to put you out there more. But yeah, I gotta work on that some more though, differently. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
definitely tricky, man. It's definitely
And then
very confusing.
TikTok.
So what I pay attention to more is not so much views. What I pay attention to more is how many questions I get asked daily
Mm-hmm.
for my puppies and my studs. If I don't get no inquiries, it doesn't matter how many views, how many reels I did. That
Yeah,
means that my whole approach was
didn't.
very whack. It was very low energy. It was very simple. That means I wasn't focusing. So then I'll go ahead the next morning, start off fresh. And then when I know I'm on, when I know I'm hitting it like perfect, is when I start getting inquiries and inquiries and inquiries and inquiries and inquiries. And
Yeah,
then when you know you reach the max level, is when you're selling and selling and selling and selling and selling nonstop. That's when you know that you got it. But then that becomes more challenging because you gotta match that energy every day.
quick
So
question. I want to ask you this. Whenever you get an overseas buyer, right, and they hear the price for them just to ship the puppy over there, how do you sell that one?
most of the time, they get turned down because of that.
Mm,
So what I do is for my overseas customers, I lower the price some so
mm.
that it helps out with at least half or more of that shipping cost. So while
Okay.
we're talking while we're talking prices and we already agreed on a price, the next thing is the shipping. So instead of me telling him, "May not just leave, you can't afford it," I tell myself at the same time it's good promo having some productions overseas. So it's like walking promo. Let me just lower it a little bit, help him out, boom, and we get it over there. And then I have two shippers that are really good. and there's different, pricing and stuff like that. And but that's what I try to do. I try to lower the price a little bit to help them with that shipping cost. Because if they pay the full price plus the shipping, it's a nice penny. And I know some people got the money, but sometimes you just gotta help out a little bit, and God will help you out later on. It'll come right back. You
Because
know?
I had this one puppy that was supposed to go overseas, the male that I actually kept too. Like I got to buy it from overseas. I was thinking it was supposed to go to Russia, but
Yeah,
when I start telling him the price, when I tell him the price for the puppy, and then I start telling him how much shipping gonna cost. You know what I mean? It was only one puppy that and I one male. It was three puppies, two male and one female. I'm keeping the female. The male, I had no problem keeping the male, so I didn't want to let it go for small. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then like the dude hit me up and he was trying to get the puppy for like 3 grand. I was like, there was no way I'm selling the damn dog for that. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That exactly. Yeah, sometimes they want so much help that it's not beneficial to even sell. It's like,
Yeah,
you
like I
know,
would have helped him out, but damn, I was like, bro, I keep the dog because I wanted to keep it anyway. You know what I mean? I wanted
yeah,
to keep
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, I did so much for the lady to back out of it. Like, yo, she didn't want the puppy no more. I was like, yo, don't worry about it.
Like one of my overseas customers, I helped them out so much
Mm,
on the first time that I guess that showed like, loyalty. I don't know what it did for him. That's the one that I say he just came back and bought three more.
mm,
But regular price. He didn't even ask for that. He just
yeah, yeah,
that first establishment sometimes helps a friendship, and then it just
yeah.
boom.
Makes sense. Makes
And
sense.
now anytime I want, I could go to Russia, and I got peoples out there I can stay with. I could go to Colombia, I got people I can stay with.
Most
So
definitely.
it's a good experience. You just got to help them out, take care of them sometimes. Even here, people in the U.S. sometimes I try to always help out a little bit. I'm always done that. Hey, bro, don't worry. You could pay this much up front. You could pay the rest in parts or
Yeah,
this. I always try to help out. Always try to help out.
most definitely, most definitely. But yo, quick question though. Once it comes to that, like say you help like somebody here, right, and they're supposed to pay you to pay the dog off, right? You never have no hiccups with that. Like,
All
yeah,
the time.
once they get the dog, that's where the problem starts.
So what I try to do is I try to get at least 75 to 80% up front. So
Hmm.
and since I charge a good amount for my dogs, even if I don't get the rest, I still did good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try to do it that way on purpose. The hiccups that I've had is either people lose their jobs, they can't pay. The dog, something happens to the dog, and because they don't have the dog no more, they don't want to pay, or because they don't like the way the dog is growing, they don't want to pay. But the dog's a puppy, so the
Yeah.
dog has to grow to mature for you to see what it looks like. Some
Hmm.
people don't get that, stuff like that. Um, Little things like that. But there's also some people who do pay. And that's what keeps me doing it for others. That there'll be people I don't even have to say nothing. On the first, boom, in my bank, boom, 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 and I'm like, thank you, but appreciate it. And with that
Yes.
person, I'll spot them a whole pup if they want to, just
Mm,
because I know they're reliable. But I've not had a lot of hiccups. I've had one person that tricked me into selling them the two dogs for lower, that they were going to do payments. But really, what it was, they were just trying to get two really badass pets at a discounted price. So once he got his dogs, he doesn't he, he, do- he doesn't need the papers. He was trying to get a pet.
you just trying to get through badass aspects. That's it.
Yeah. So he said peace, and that's
People,
it. And I was like,
yo, people crazy, yo. Oh, yo, people,
you
man.
know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like, brother, what can I do? I'm not gonna go hunt him. I'm not gonna go, kill the guy.
No,
So, and I'm not the type to be threatening people with like lawyers and all that shit. It's like,
for that shit, man. It costs you
I'll move
more,
it.
more than when them dogs work.
That's
Like,
happened to me. That's happened to me multiple times. Recently with, I think it was a Havoc son. I met up the guy at the mall. Super cool guy. He paid, I think it was like 60%. He was supposed to pay 70 or 80. When he shows up, he says, "Bro, I couldn't get the rest out. I already drove 3 hours." So I'm like, "You got me for sure?" Yeah. A month later, yo, you got me? Yeah, give me 1 hour and I'm gonna send it to you now.
never
It's
heard
been
that.
7 months later,
Yeah,
you know. And you see them on their storyline. They're at the beach. They're chilling. They're
yeah.
relaxing. you
Then it's
know, and that's the part where it's like, man, that's crazy that there's people like that out there that they, they're just
put it at least uh you know where I think it would go bad though if the dog's not living a good life with them. That's where we really look go bad.
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brother, I've had people steal a dog from me and sell it to somebody else and have that person, they tell that person to ask me for the papers. And I'm like, brother, the dog is stolen. You're not getting papers, you know? So it's like weird stuff that so many times that I've run into, you would be like, why do you still trust people?
But question like that the question like you got a family, right? Like even your
Yeah.
wife, like you had to make a decision or she was a part of that decision of
She's always a part of the decision. Yeah.
okay, okay,
And
okay.
any choice that I do, I say time out and I go, babe, what do you think? And
Yeah.
if she agrees, I do it. If I don't agree, then I don't do it. But
Okay,
we
okay.
always, by talking with her, but talking with anybody, but especially with my wife, when you talk over a situation over and over, you end up hearing more options or more ways to do it. Or so I don't like to make choices. And then usually with customers, friends, family, I always have the 24-hour rule. I'm not going to answer to you right now. I'll get back to you in 24 hours, and then I'll respond to what you're saying.
Yo, I'm the same way too. And if you reach back out to me, hey bro, what's up? Yeah, we ain't do shit, man. I'm gonna follow my gut feeling on that. That's why I put that 24 hour on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
man.
could get my gut feeling on that. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, the reason why I like to involve my wife is because earlier we were talking about like co-ownerships, partnerships, and whatever. And I like to, like I said, I like to do choices based off of like, yo, you're my brother, you're my friend, you're my, and like they say, you can't mix both things. My wife is not the type to mix the both.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
more like, that's your friend, and these are my dogs too. So we're keeping the business part of this. If you want to be his friend, that's your problem. But
Yeah.
and that's what allows me to be like where that I think that's the problem where sometimes people just want more and more and more,
Hmm.
and we just trying to keep it what's on paper, what the agreement was,
Yeah.
and
That's one
that's
thing
it.
I don't like, man. I told you that already. I don't like changes, man. Once it can keep it just like we agreed before, because once you go and changes, people want to add more to it, and then you said I said I didn't say yeah, yeah. Forget that. You know what I mean? Let's keep it like what we agreed to. What
Yeah,
we
yeah,
agreed.
yeah,
I think we have it's gonna be a better outcome with no problems. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Even like my choices that I make, I always run them by two like different friends, like good friends, and even though I'm not gonna take their answer to make that choice, but just to hear myself again say it, and then to hear their opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and then that helps me kind of like, okay, let me just do this better. Maybe I could be a little bit more lenient. Maybe I could be a little bit more nicer. And what allows me, that's why I say, like, I don't think I've ever been super cutthroat with nobody. Cutthroat meaning like super strict or try to take advantage because I have dogs. You know what I'm saying? I have what everybody else is trying to get. So I don't need to take advantage of you. And if I'm trying to be your friend, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually like a real friendship because I don't need nothing from you from the dog side. So
Makes sense.
I'm just being your friend, bro. That's
Makes
it.
sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense, bro. You know what I mean? And I would say, bro, like just keep on doing what you do, bro. And things gonna work out. It's supposed to work out, man. I can't wait to see you do these outcross. You
Thank
know,
you, brother.
I
We're
definitely
super excited.
like. I really want to see what's gonna come off of those because
I haven't even told the stud owners that I'm doing these breeding. I haven't even told Bingo's owner. So if
yeah.
he sees this, he might find out about this. I've been talking to him and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
to R2's owner too, to Tyrus and everybody. But my females haven't come in heat yet, so just basically waiting for them to come in heat. But definitely, it's gonna be fun, man. It's always fun when you get to use like a new stud because it's like a refreshing pedigree, a new thing to talk about, a new look, a new this. So
Mm-hmm.
it's always fun, bro. So the promo gets real interesting and it gets a little bit more active.
Most definitely, man. I'm saying, man, I can't wait to see it, man. Because I mean, putting those dogs together, like I just think you might get the hit off of that one.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so too, brother.
might have a hit off of one with your promotion and the quality of the dogs you're gonna get. yo, you gonna get some crazy shit. You
Yeah,
know,
I got some really nice up and comers too that I haven't been able to really take pictures of. The two Sicaria daughters I have, they
mhm.
look phenomenal. Probably not gonna cut their ears. I'm gonna leave their ears up, plopped up. That's a new style I'm doing on most girls. I'm just gonna leave their ears.
Hey,
Um,
I see. What's that dog? That's yeah, one of the, it was a stud. Yeah, yeah, a stud with the big ears on it.
Usually all studs have their ears cropped.
The stud or is a female?
Yeah, it has to be a female. Yeah, yeah. If it's a puppy, it could be a possibility that has the boy has the ears, but
I
if
think
it's
it's
a
a puppy.
grown dog,
Big ass ears on him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
the
I
ears is
think that was it was a fawn color dog.
yeah,
Yeah, that's China.
it's,
That's China.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a,
yeah, that's China. She's
I like
beautiful.
that.
She's a ocean blue daughter.
Mm,
Beautiful girl. And so like dogs like that, I'm looking forward to. Like if I were to throw her to an I like basically I've always had that thought. Like if I throw all my girls, if I just say for a split second, forget about the program. Let me just get all my girls and go to all the studs out there. I think I would do some real nice damage. Like I think I'll be,
mhm,
but it wouldn't be meaningful. It'd just be for money and
mhm.
to keep a few dope dogs. It wouldn't really be like
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
program type shit.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But yeah, like that bingo, he had a little of a bingo. Homeboy dropped a little of a bingo the other day.
Yeah.
That, I seen three of them in there. That's real nice, like real nice. Like, you know what I mean? Three of them.
Yeah,
Real.
I think once it I know for sure once he clicks with one of my girls, it's gonna be real nice. It's gonna be some real nice productions. He did I think his last litter did pretty good too. He did I think he bred it to a black girl. She did pretty good. He
Yeah,
has a
yeah.
lot of potential. He has a lot of potential. It's just is I got some really good producing females, and I feel like with most studs I could do really good. With
Mm.
most studs are really good. And whatever girls, I've done it before. Like not too many times I've had to. But if I see a girl can't produce like the way I want to, I just get her out.
So, quick question. Uh, that R2, you gonna run him back to that female?
To the one that not the one that had the pups recently, but to the mom.
To the mom? Yeah,
Um,
you gonna run him back to that female? Okay, okay.
yeah, I shouldn't
'Cause this
just
is the
because it
third
hasn't third time, but I'm gonna do surgical this time.
surgical.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen this time, brother, I'll never do it again. Like I'm just like but I told him I was like, brother, this is the last chance, and I'm gonna do surgical. He told me to do surgical, but I just didn't want to do it, and I was like, nah, nah. But this time for sure, surgical. The same thing with kill shot.
Surgical.
Everything's gonna be
Surgical.
With bingo, I'll do surgical too, just because I did a AI, and she only gave me one puppy. So just in case, I'm gonna do surgical on her too.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, I found a really good. I already had a reproduction team here, but I found another group out here that works like in Miami by A Street. And brother, I promise you, I went in there for a C-section, and in 35 minutes, I was out of there with my puppies and the mom.
Quick.
And they do everything. They do laser for ears. They do TCIs, surgicals, everything. And it was like you're
Yeah,
there waiting for you.
I found a new place too out here too, cause after my vet passed away,
Shit.
and he used to come. Yo, bro, I had it so good, yo. I didn't even have to leave my house, man. He came straight with the mobile ambulance, bring the dog in, hook him up, put him on the table, boom, boom, boom. 10, 20 minutes, my dog's are out. Give him the reverse shot. She walking out. Like, you know,
How much do they charge for C-sections out there?
he used to charge me 600.
Nice.
Now I found a bullet zone charge on the weight between. I think the last time I went to bullet zone, I paid 800. And then this new place that I like, really like, it's all they do is repo. That's it. Uh, they're like 1300. Yeah, man. And I like them because you could make appointment. The other places that do it's a walk in and I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? I like
I got two places at 700 that are my first choices that with appointments. And then if it's an emergency, I have one person that could do it around the clock anytime in Miami, but it's 1800. And then I have another place that if it's like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, it's 2500.
That's a good setup. Over here, like 3,500, $6,000.
Yeah. Well, they want to charge you that, but what I do is I tell them that I don't want to leave my female there. I want to take her home. So they take away a bunch of charges that they would do for overnighting and all the extra medication. So I cut
Bro,
it off. Like,
over here, they cutting your female without a appointment. It's $3,500 or more. They don't give a fuck if you're leaving it or not.
I've told the doctors when they charge that much, I say, what is the difference between what you use from what my vet is using? Because he charges 700.
You gotta wake them up out their bed to come in to go. That's what they're gonna tell you.
It's crazy, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
they don't play.
That's another obstacle that I ran into with co-owners
Mm.
is that sometimes where they live is so expensive. So I like to go half on the C sections and like shit like that. But sometimes 3,000, I'm like, what the fuck? I pay 700 over here. So 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 like the co-own is not really beneficial at that point because you're wasting more than what the like
Yeah. He
a
has to do that.
shitload.
But now what? Like over here, like bro, and then you gotta tell us, you gotta threaten the ass, like, yo, if you new to my dog, I'm taking you to court. You know what I mean? And they quick to try to neuter your shit over here. Quick.
Yeah, it happened to me like 3 times already.
Like, bro, I'm gonna tell you this. On the way to my house from the main road, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, like 10 vets on coming. Come, I probably more. You got more vets around here than hospital or clinics.
That's crazy.
Real talk, real talk. Every time I invite people over here to come up, and they see all the vets over here, it was like, which one you use? I'm like, yo, my vet's in Jersey. You so that you don't use
So you
none of
gotta
that.
drive a little. You gotta drive a little. Yeah.
Yeah. My other vet was the one that died was from here. He used to come straight. It was like right down the block from me. You know what I mean? He doesn't that the only dogs he used to take care of was my dogs. He didn't do nobody's dogs or nothing like that. I think that was just me and him a little secret, you know what I mean? Because I fixed a car for him one time and he just did me a solid one time and he just kept on doing me a solid, you know what I'm saying? So that's why he
Yeah.
used to come to my house and just take care of my dog right here. You know what I mean? Like I never had to go nowhere, bro.
That's
Now,
fire.
now I got to put a dog on the leash, walk into the car, lift him in the car or whatever.
I don't even go anymore. I tell my wife to go because
Yeah.
she's like really good friends with the vet's wife.
Ah,
So like so they they get along. So when she goes, they take care of her quick. When
yeah.
I go, I get there at 7 and I'll leave like at 4 p.m. and I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus.
They probably charge you a little bit more too.
Yeah. So with her, I'm like, babe, you go. And she's like the
Yeah.
whooping specialist. So I like her to be with the puppies right
Yeah.
when they get on
Yeah.
the belly. I
Yeah.
like her to be with the puppies for
Yeah.
sure.
That's what's up, man. And over here too, they don't want to let you see the dogs or you taking them out either.
I hate that shit, bro.
Yeah, they don't want
Hey,
you.
I've heard stories where people are pocketing puppies.
And that's what I heard about bully zone, but I had to take the chance because I had no other option since my vet passed away.
I've
You
heard
know,
crazy stories, bro. I've
I heard
heard
that.
crazy stories.
That's why when I go over there, man, I got me my little ultrasound machine. I look and I take the pictures because my shit could take the pictures too and send it to my phone. So I go in and take the picture and count my shit before I go in there.
Yeah,
You know.
now where I do the C sections, I'm right in front of it or
Mm.
like a door away from it, and I'm like going like this, going like that, like checking every 3 seconds.
Yeah, they let me take the dog because a couple of my dogs not going back. My dog they ain't going back there without me. So I gotta go back down there, lift for them, put them on the table, and all
Same
that
thing,
shit.
bro.
So
They don't
and
even touch the floor. They don't even touch the floor.
yeah, I don't like that. No, I have the little doggy boots on them when they go over there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I put them in the trolley. If they're pregnant, was they pregnant? I put them in the trolley. I don't even walk them over there.
Yeah,
Cause
because I'm afraid they pick up shit.
yeah, I hate the vets like that, man. I hate it. That's why I was like, it was a perfect scenario when my vet just come to me. You know what I mean? Did the ears my dog Black Rhino. He did the ears on that. The first time he ever did the ears on a dog. He did after he cut my shit. Then he gonna tell me it's the first time. I'm like, you said what? It was like, yeah, it's the first
That
time.
would have been.
Got the same. He got the machine. Got the same machine. He got the thing to cut the ears.
Yeah, yeah.
The
The
ears and all
laser.
that shit. But I'm like, you never did it before. It was like, nah, we don't do that over here. You know what I mean? I'm like, so what you need to tell me? Because if I knew, you would have never cut my dog's ears, bro. I would have
Yeah, yeah.
spend the money. It was like, well, no, I can't. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah, that's
You
trippy.
tell
That's
me you
scary,
love me.
bro.
I'm like, ah, shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause you know, a messed up ears in a dog would kill a dog for
That's always my fear of either a bad cut
real.
or the dog not making it through the cut.
I ain't worried about making it through the cut. I was worried about messing the dog ears up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I would have went the jersey to my little.
No, I had a chocolate try that we produced that died on the table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, through the ear surgery. So since that day, whenever I produce a really dope ass dog, I'm nervous all the way until after they get their ears done,
Mm,
and then I feel safe. Like I got Casino off
mm.
of Apex, beautiful motherfucker, but I haven't done his ears. I got my R2 kids that I haven't done their ears, and just because I'm nervous that man, you know what it is to wait so long for something like this, and then you do it and something happens, like man, but it
Oh, hold
shouldn't,
on. The R2 that you just got, you never ended it?
Everybody got their ears.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should have done it already. I mean, I still got time. They're still
Still
young,
got
but
time. You still got time. You got like
yeah,
probably like another 8 weeks or so left. If you could,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. And the guy I do it with, he'll do all the way up to a year if I wanted to.
yeah. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. And they don't charge more. They hook me up. I've been with them for like 7 years already. But
okay, okay.
I just like to wait sometimes because I don't know if I'm gonna keep them or if I'm gonna sell them. And then if I sell them, I don't like to do the ears. I like the customer to do the ears.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's one of the thing too over here. Like me, pop got to be paid off before any year's done. You know what I mean? Got to be
I've
paid.
done I used to do like a waiver
Hmm.
and they would have to pay the balance and then sign the waiver. But sometimes that scares people,
Hmm.
So like I don't want to scare them. Like, why am I signing this? What if so the dog dies? I don't get a I you already kept the money and I don't get another one. So I'm kind of like, well, you do get another one because I'll hook them up because it's my cropper.
Yeah, you're just not gonna.
But
You're that's gonna
but at
claim.
least the money's there already. You're already with the customer.
Hmm.
But it could happen. It could happen to any, even if they take it themselves, it could happen.
Yeah,
And
people say like because the vet they check the murmur and see if you have a bad heart or something like that. But I still heard dogs good heart still die on the damn table too. So
yeah, it
um,
could be anything. It could be their stomach churning. It could be
mhm.
the anesthesia allergy. It could be an
Yep,
electrical conduction that's not a heart murmur.
right.
It could
Yep,
be a lot of
a
things. It
lot
could
of
be
things.
so many,
A lot of
So it's not always the heart. And even the person that checked it could have heard it and they, oh, I don't hear nothing. It's
things.
perfect.
Because
And then,
even like because I remember Gaines Bully they sold a dog. They sold a co-owned dog with somebody. What a nice production. They co-owned a dog with somebody, and the dog left and went somewhere in Texas, and I guess his allergies went out of whack over there, and the allergy medication done him up, man. And I'm like, damn, that was a badass dog. I was like, you see the dog, man, like bone, like when I tell you bone for days, man. Big rear, big front. His neck was short, but big ass head. Like his head was so big, he started taking over the neck of the dog. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, we can't wait to use him. And he was like, yo, I can't keep him because this damn dog, he choosing
allergies.
everything. No, he choosing everything. You know?
Oh,
The
choose
had
everything.
allergies until he gave he send the dogs to the people over there in summer in Texas. I guess it's a little bit green over there or something. I don't know. But allergy problem, you know what I mean? Like stuff happen, you know what I mean? Just
It
like
does. Yeah. Yeah. Environments.
you know.
Not every dog is built for every environment. And, you
Yeah,
know,
they gave I think they gave him an allergy shot and ever since that does work against him. You
yeah,
know.
I had a customer that was out in the cold, like where it snows a lot.
Mm.
And he was like, hey, bro, this dog is like, he looks like frozen. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I go, maybe because he is frozen. He's not, it's freezing, brother. Like, what are you doing? These are not working dogs. So
Uh-huh.
it's like, these are more like of a chill dog, go pee, hang out, play. And, but he wanted it to go on like hikes in the cold and the snow. And I was like, nah, brother. He's trying
Yeah,
to tell you he wants to go back home.
I see. This dude came to buy a dog from me one time. Like, good dude, man. Came to buy the dog, come with the money, came here because I was telling him I need 8 stack for this dog. Came with the money and everything. But then he was like, yeah, I just got a new baby. I want a dog to grow up with a baby and XYZ, XYZ, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean, if I have a dog at the house, I would be a little bit more safe. So I'm like, start looking at them like, bro, you're looking for a guard dog. These damn dogs ain't no guard dogs, bro. Cause at that time, bro, this dog don't even bark, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, bro, if you're looking for a guard dog, like, I'm happy to take your money, but this is not a dog what you're looking for. I don't want to take your money and then you go say, guys, I told you, how
Yeah.
much to spend your
I had
shit. I'm
someone
like,
tell me that. Yeah, yeah. I had someone tell me that shit
yeah,
too.
I can't do that. You know what I mean, and my program just starting off too. I don't want the bad publicity and all of that shit. Say I took the dude's money and all of that. So I was like, you know what I mean. If you're looking for a dog that's gonna play and lovable and all of that shit, this is a dog. But if you're looking for a guard dog, bro, this is not it, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. No, no,
Bro, damn, Polas is like 10:20 now, man. I'm about to get up off of here.
no.
Thanks for coming on, bro. We're gonna do
Good
this
talking
again.
to you, brother.
You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? Yeah,
Always good
shout out
talking
to the wife,
dogs.
shout out to the whole family, man.
Yes, sir. Likewise, my brother. God bless you, man. Appreciate you. And
Blessings, bro. Blessings, blessings.
appreciate you always having me here on the platform. And we'll do it again another time too with updates.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
shit, I need to do it on my page one day and put you on there
Oh yeah,
and
oh
put
yeah.
on.
Anytime, bro. Anytime we do that. You know what I mean?
I remember I asked. I'm not gonna say the names because I don't want them to feel like I'm singling them out, but like bigger breeders that I look up to,
Uh-huh.
and I've asked them if they ever want to come on, but they think that like I'm trying to feed off of them. And it's not that. It's like, yo, I got you in my bloodline. I promote you since I got into this.
Yeah,
So I would like for people to know who you guys are. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? But it's in their favor if they get on my page. But they deserve it. I guess they see it as competition. So
But where's the competition if you have I have your blood in my and mixed with my blood? Like your blood, you're the one that make me have the blood that I have, the dogs that I have these days. So I'm up there making a living for my family. So why wouldn't I want you to come on here so I could show my appreciation and my people could see where I got good.
and I got the feeling too. Two of them, I've got the feeling like if they were like if they wanted to get money for their interview. And I was like, I'm not gonna brother, like
Nah,
a famous celebrity or something like that.
nah,
You you just known in the bully game, brother. That's it. Like
nah. You know the thing about it though, Palasi, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep on saying this. The bigger breeders, I never had nobody, none of them to get on my profile. The one that think they're trying to get somewhere, those are the ones I always have problems with. Like if I reach out to them, they never really reach back out. The bigger breeders always do. Hey, I could come on this day. Like, but that's not my, as I always say, that's not my targeted audience. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the bigger breeders, but I want to do them in between the ones
this
that
one.
come up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the
Why
plan.
why do you think that? You think because they get intimidated or
One, I heard once somebody told me one of them said to him that I'm trying to feed off of their little come up. I only got 3,000 followers. I'm trying to feed off of their come. Make it make sense, man. Make it make
because
sense.
I'm not gonna lie, even myself that I'm good at all of this stuff and I get on lives. I even when Gaza tells me, "Hey, God, Adrian, you want to do a thing?" Even I get nervous. I've
Yeah,
been, you know what I'm
but
saying?
listen, I'm trying to explain to God like, yo, bro, I send you a link. You come on my platform with my people. I'm not
Gotcha,
feeding off of your stuff.
gotcha.
But they're so light light minded, bro. They're just not even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
There's
I mean?
some people too are this small, but they think they're this big.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like, bro, I just want people to see their like know them. You know what I mean? People could see them, see what they're all about. Cause that's what I noticed where the bully game coming from. They're not just buying your dogs; they're buying a piece of you. You know what I mean? People
I
gotta
think
like you.
because who it's not about us through your page on Facebook
Oh yeah,
that they
yeah,
saw
man.
our interview.
Blessings, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing it for, bro. You know what I mean? But I don't want to hear the people keep on saying the bully community is dead. I don't want to keep on hearing that. You know what I'm saying?
It's not, brother.
It's a platform where everybody could come on and talk to you. I don't give a fuck if you got no followers or follower. Bro, come
I
on.
think what's dead is that money scheme that everybody was running that wasn't trying to do like a real program. Just that's dead. But if there's still space for money to be made and for you to grow as a program, to make beautiful dogs,
Most
to
definitely.
grow, there's great platforms out there. There's great people. There's nothing, there's nothing. There's still a lot of space for growth out there, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man.
I actually think it's better and bigger than before.
I think so too, because the papers. I'm gonna tell you this: the paper I was getting offer for dogs, I didn't get to produce. You see what I'm saying? People off like, yo, I pay you this for that, quick. I didn't even get to put my price out there, and it was a little bit more sum of what I was gonna ask. You see what I'm saying? So I know the game ain't dead. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's
For me,
just
even for me, I think it's more competitive because I'm working within my own line, so I gotta make everybody a believer of my bloodline. But for a lot of for people who are just gonna be crossing to dogs that are being used at the moment, it should be a little bit easier for them. I feel like.
yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, all I could say, man, I just hope people could just like open your mind to bigger things, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could say right now. Like, if they're not trying to grow, and you want to stay in your little box, then hey, you know what I mean? I'm sometimes I don't even know how to approach it. Sometimes, man, like it's
Yep.
crazy. You know what I mean? But I hopefully everybody is blessed, man, and keep doing what they're doing, open their mind up to a bigger audience, and you know what I mean. Hopefully it could be what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Get where it's supposed to get. You know, and that's what we all
Yes,
about.
sir.
You know what I mean? But yo, Palacio, I'm out, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yes,
And
sir. I appreciate you, brother.
man.